parents 경례.
경례만 할게요. 잡아서 뭐
바로
한 번만 해요.
됐어요?
오케이.
스타트.
그냥
강야마. 대답해요. 나 좀 보자.
아니요, 다른 분 옆에 좀 보내요.
선녀는 막 그냥 소리 일러. 아다 서거 이거. 아이. 한국말을 이해하는 사람 들어가.
Those who understand Father's Korean, raise your hand, please.
그래서 몇 년 전부터 한국말 배우라고 내가 지시했는데 몇 년 전부터인가 5년 전이지.
How long has it been since Father warned us that we should understand Father in Korean? 5 years now?
10 years.
No, it's not that long. 5 years.
그저 레브렌 저 선생님이 그 선생님 그저 지시한 거 아니야 하나님 영계에서 지시한 거 아니야.
This is not what Father or Reverend Moon directs. This is what heaven directs us.
너희들이 지금까지 뭐 너희들 전부 다 엔처 선생님 와가지고 같이 있을 것이 없기 때문에 밴에서 자고 버스에 자고 같이 다니면서 이렇게 지내던 말이야. 친구와 같은 이런 입장에서 가만둔다고.
We should not put us in a position where we have nothing else to do. Just take along Father. We should not be like that.
정진이 어디가?
정진아, 어디 가니?
이리 와요. 조금
이리
기다려.
와요. 조금만 참아요.
그래. 그 무슨 말 들었어?
Do you follow what Father is trying to get at?
미국의 교회를 시작할 때는 개인적으로 접촉했고, 그다음에 가정적 축복받은 가정, 그다음에 종족적 시대, 그다음에 민족적 시대, 국가적 시대, 세계적 시대, 천주 시대로 발전해 나가는데 너희들은 선생님 그런 그대로 따라갈 수 없는 거야. 너희들이 생각하는 너희들은 따라오고 났지 섭리상에 있어서의 책임을 지고 뭘 탕감노정에 책임을 지고 해본 일이 없는 것이 아니야.
We have been following Father in the same position Father has been going, from starting from the individual level, family, clan, nation, to the world. There are different stages of dispensation. And every stage accompanies a very intensive the indemnity. So Father has been doing that. While we've been going along with Father, we never were or very much part of each stage. That's what Father has been doing. So we've been just tagging along. But we have to think clearly that where Father is and we are two different positions. Never the same.
하나님은 최고의 이제 우적인 이런 관에서 보는데 너희들이 옛날에 자기 생활하던 그 관에서 전부 다 생각하고 지금도 그렇게 하는 거야. 정말이야.
And so therefore we tend to think Father, what He's doing, what He appears to be to us, in our own position. We try to assess Father's position based on our customary the thinking and behavior we've been doing for many, many years. We never came out brand new and lived in a different world. We never did that so far. We just continued our old style of life.
선생님 미리 이렇게 발표한 대로 너희들 누구보다 크고 너희들 누구보다 더 키워가지고 어떠한 자리도 데려가기 위한 준비로서 그렇게 하고 있다는 사실을 알아야 된다.
But we must understand, as far as Father is concerned, Father's heart is to grow us in such a way that later on, Father can take us anywhere He goes, any high level ground He trods on, we will be ready for that. Father educated us, or tried to educate us, with that in mind all the time.
예를 들면 맛있는 타임을 편집국장이 제일 대복을 하는 사람이 제일 편집국장이 제일 높은 줄 백인들은 그렇게 생각해요. 자기들 그 백인 대표가 자기 대법부라고 생각했는데 그 대법부라고 편집장이 와신다는 주인이 아니고 전체 운영 모든 문제는 그가 한다니까 하지 않는 알기 때문에 알고 난 후에는 뭐냐면 박총재 자연히 내부는 문 앞에 가까이 오기 위해서는 대법부라보다도 박총재가 가깝다는 거 알고 한국 사람이지만은 자기 나라의 대표 이상의 자리에 서 있는 것을 알고 편집장을 넘어서 박총재를 통해 가지고 접하려는 이런 사실들을 우리는 실제로 보고 있는 거예요.
Take this as an example. Washington Times. We all know how how father worked hard to establish that. Now all the white people working under, not members, working under Washington Times, the Boschgraf, the editor-in-chief, thought the Boschgraf was center person there. He's on the top of the command there. But gradually, as years goes on, wear on, people begin to understand. After all, it was not the Boschgraf like they once thought he was.
특별히
Now they came to think that Colonel Park, the Dr. Park was closer to father, even though he was a Korean. They figured he is in essence higher position than the Boschgraf was. It's amazing awareness on their part.
백악관이나 모든 이 CIA, FBI 모든 이 워싱턴의 중요한 기관장들이 그렇게 보고 있는 거죠.
This is not only the white people working in Washington Times who came to this awareness, but all other people too, like head of the organization, you might say the CIA or FBI or whoever that head of the organization in America, begin to see the same thing who is a staff member in Washington Times. It's not the Boschgraf who is the head of them. Instead, the higher head is Dr. Park, even if he's a Korean. Now they come to see that, only because he's connected closer to father.
여러분 지금 시대로 보게 되면 여러분 미국의 모든 사회과학부라든가 미국의 지금 국민학교 혹은 중고등학교 교과서들이 앞으로는 아시아를 중심삼은 태평 시대가 온다고 보는 거예요. 백인 위주 시대는 이미 서양에 기울어져 가지고 안 된다는 것이 이미 실험적이야. 앞으로 아시아를 중심삼은 태평 시대에 있어서의 주역이 누구 하느냐 하는 이것이 문제야. 일반 날개가 일본이 되지 않냐 중국이 되지 않냐 생각하지만은 일본은 일본이 안 된다. 또 중국도 못 된다. 앞으로 이것을 할 수 있는 주역 지금 뭐냐면 지금 완충지대로 했다고. 이데올로기 정말 좀 가치관에 몰락으로 말미암아 지금 세계가 수습할 수 없어. 거대한 미국이 그런 내용을 갖지 않고 또 거대한 소련이 그런 내용을 갖고 있다가 다 이미 실험 끝나서 조그만 일본 나라가 역사적으로 할 수 없고 중국이 지금까지 유교 세상을 중심하고 세계를 지도했던 거 다 실험해냈다. 지금 현재 그 목록 가지고는 세계의 완충지대에 들어온 이런 혼란 시대에 주체성을 지닐 수 있는 가치관 내용을 갖고 있다. 그것을 가질 수 있고 그것을 이룰 수 있는 것은 우리가 말하는 헤디윈호고 말이야. 하나님밖에 없다. 하나님이. 이것이 마지막에 가치관을 대표할 수 있는 시대상으로 간다는 것을 여러분이 알고 있었다고. 그것이 지금 와서 얘기하는 것이 아니라 벌써 40년 전부터 이를 준비해 나왔다는 사실을 여러분이 알고 있는 거예요.
As this change of awareness, we get an insight. What do they get an insight? They come to think that after all, it was not the Americans or white-centered society anymore. As we say now, the Pacific era, and maybe in the future, the top leadership of the world may be just as well in the Orient than the white people has been so far throughout the thousands of history, years of history. So they come to think about that. Then they could speculate, would it be Japan, would it be China even? But Korea also is a part of it. Now the people begin to understand at least the possibility of non-white. Look at America, Russia too. The extreme confusions in the value, the concept of value. The value idea changes so drastically now. What used to be true 10, 20 years ago, now no longer true. The people know that, intelligent people know that. So more and more, they give the possibility that the Oriental and the Koreans, and later on, they come to rest that the headwing, the thought of headwings, not democracy, left or right wings, But headwind centered on God eventually would be
And God
of the
is
standard of value.
God is in
And the Godism would be the standard of value more than,
that value is absolute value. Do you understand?
and that point is absolute
God
value,
means absolute value.
more than any ideology we have had.
Until now, programmed out by man. Man thought. From now, go over the center, God. God means absolute being. Absolute being has absolute thought. You understand?
All
Until now,
ideology was man-made
until
so
now,
far.
anyone doesn't know that kind of concept. Many religions are there, they are in all over the cover, making that cultural background. But they didn't know the God. Centering Godism. Ism means living style, individual living style, family living style, society living style, nation living style, world living style, cosmic living style. The systematic way. Until it doesn't have any idea, any religion world. But European Church appearing, after appearing in the earth, program out headwind, God. What is headwind God? What kind of contents have it? This problem until this complicated in modern society now. Lost center perspective everywhere. America, representing America, including Soviet, both two big leader nations. They then lost every kind of valuable system. This problem. So that now the modern world made a complication situation. How can solve? This is all humanity wanted point. Any kind, that kind solution concept doesn't have. In America too, Soviet too. So that world leaders, how can they find out, how can they solve that complex problem? This is aiming situation. Anyone does that. In this world, many scholars, they are. Religious leaders, they are. Many mysterious leaders, they are. They didn't know that. Gods. Do you understand ism? Ism means individual direction, family direction, not different direction. Connect direction. Individual way, connect family way, society, nation, world, cosmic, heavenly way, heavenly will cause. Same direction. Same direction. Otherwise cannot stand on ideology, perspective. Do you understand?
Yes.
Connect everything. Why? Human need this like is connect perspective. One man worked hard making that result, accumulating result. Doesn't lose. Didn't lose. Do you understand? One man making result everywhere remain. Family working everywhere remain. Added so up that remain basement up nation cosmic world. Living style go through human life way, making result every time remain, accumulating, it's like mountain system. That kind of way is ism. You understand? Ism. Until now, many kinds of ism didn't have direction, unchangeable direction. American is American, centering American people. Sovietism centering Soviet people. Communism centering communism people. Australia, same settling their insisting in their tradition. That is not God's forever tradition. One time some directions standing way, east, west, south, north, four corner separate direction. Until now, any kind of organization, any kind of leader, any kind of nation didn't have forever direction of God's will. Do you understand?
Yes.
So then, now I need absolute, unchangeable direction. Sometimes all things, individual, family, society, many nations, cosmos, including the spiritual world. Do you understand?
Yes.
자, 그런 것을 대표하는 내용이
So representing all these
해두이고 가드지입니다.
is none other than headwing and Godism. God-centered ism, not any other centered ism.
무슨 말을
The
해서?
world is coming to that. Do you understand?
그리고 장래에 있어서의 세계는 하나 될 텐데 어떻게 하나 되느냐? 문 하나의 문화를 창조하기 위해서는 하나의 랭귀지.
The direction of history is inevitable. It's going into the direction of unity. Everything is coming to one, not be divided into many. The other way around. Come into one.
그들 너들 말 모르는 나거든. 우리 조직권 내에서 앞으로 말 모르는 사람 나거든.
So you see, language plays a very important role. Without listening language, how can you learn? How can you conceive? How can you put yourself in the right perspective? And English is far from being adequate. Korean, the language father speaks, happens to speak, father speaks. We must really be familiar with that. So when father speaks, then listening him, we get the direction.
그래서 너 영계가 너 조상들이 소원이고 저 지상에 앞으로 찾아오는 후손들이 소원이야.
Take this very seriously. This is not just an expedient that we're talking about. It is a desire of our ancestors in the spirit world. Ancestors in the spirit world and descendants here on earth in the future to come all want to speak Korean, understand Korean.
저기
All the parents' language.
우리가 이제 축복들 해가지고 5세기인적인 합의인데 말이야. 영국 사람, 불란 사람, 이태리 사람, 별의별 사람이지. 너 집안에다 3대인에다 하면 어디는 말 쓸 거야? 어디는 말. 문제가 벌어진다고.
A very practical situation. You imagine it. There are German, there are French, and there are English, and what have you. All of these people speak different languages.
아니, 너들 릴레이티브 이제 3대를 중상고 말 때 그렇게 되는 거야.
And your relative, your own descendants, father is talking about. Your own descendants.
From now during 3 generations, in your relative, look at that race, different race. In there, German, Japanese, English, French, America, Soviet, every kind of nation, including one family. Do you understand?
In your
They want to use what kind of language using in their family. Problem. Now that leading the world situation is America. English number. French against it. Germany don't say. Soviet don't say. Japanese don't say. Chinese don't say. Making problem in your lifetime during 30 years. Do you understand? It's more than problem. How can solve this like in the future's problem? It's the most serious point. Don't you think so? But so much strongly you have to learn Korean. Why? Time can't close us. Many people, many country people, we don't use father's language. Korean language. Any kind of country cannot against that lady. You understand? Some English, number one. Any kind of welcome. Germany, how about it? China, how about it? Japanese, how about it? Normally I was thrown be a country. You don't need, only need one, parents left. Do you understand? Yes. Problem making in your lifetime. So the father, your children, someone present children, bring the Korea. The strangers teaching them. They're talking about brutally Korean language. Isn't it? This is nice in the huge solving problem. Modern solving. You have to know this point. You understand? Yes. Huh? Yes. Come here, look at camera. Look at camera. Camera doesn't want to learn Korean. Until now. You don't get it. Now the camera daughters and son-in-law in Korea, combined with that. Camera daughters speaks well fluently Korean, speaks well Korean. Now the connected family. Now the camera. This is making big problem. Our home. One side is different world up there. It's a big problem. Both daughter and son-in-law talking about Korea. Yeah? Why don't you call Korea? Panama cannot say it. Please use English. You are talking by English. I understand everything. Please talk English. Can say no. Their daughter and son-in-law thinking about father. Comment many years previous time. Why didn't know? Bad thing, father. They making clear conclusion. Immediately making clear. Isn't that? That is reality. Daily feeling, connecting our life. Way. Not future. Do you understand?
Yes.
Many kind of couples, many kinds, many country different nationality, background. Those couples have many children, many children, bright children. In the future time, how can connect marriage? Mixed, completely, vertical or horizontal, roundly, completely mixed one. Isn't it? I don't want. Can say any breast couple cannot say from the other side. Big problem. If you didn't learn the Korean, any kind of breast next generation people, I don't want make marriage their daughters, but they didn't know Korean. Now American youth people want to marry Korean, number one. Number one, want to marry Korean. Same situation connecting your next generation, continuing in history. Do you understand? This is reality. Not concept. Both relative, gathering one place, talking about what kind of language using. You're using Korea, I'm using the English. That's it. Can say. different family making function, the unified basement. This modern problem, which is solve our duty. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Reality. Now that the many Japanese parents visiting the veterans school, which is studying their children. At that time, what kind of language use? Parents using Japanese. The children look at wondering. Why don't you learn as like Korea? Separate, different world. You understand? Cannot connect in the future. Especially, fathers thought this problem more than society, which is solving everything. And now entire world studying Korean. Why? They want to read fathers speak serious book. Serious book. The problem. You read that translated book or original. That's immediately. That's current word. I studied you cannot understand it from the following. One word. More understanding the people going up. You don't know their father's species. Over 200 books. Did you read? Huh?
No.
No. Zero. That's kind of what they now they begin reading. This is a serious problem. When you didn't study Korean, how much you are serious to say standing is. Jim, I just received, I just married Korean woman. Huh? What is purpose?
Close to Korean home.
Not Korean, just father. There's father's culture, foundation. God is making the new cultural foundation, isn't it?
Yes.
Because now the father standing the top of the world leader. The Soviet leader think about it. American leader think about it. We have to learn the liberal moves concept. Thought. Now the university making curriculum teaching. Every place. You understand?
Yes.
평화라. 오늘 말씀해.
So 5 years already, we see so much impact now. 5 years, we think it's short, but now we need more and more the necessity of learning Korean. Translate version into original. We have to be original, not to be translated.
그래 한국말 어렵지?
Korean language is difficult to learn, isn't it?
너도 들고 다녀야 될 거 아니야. 여기 한국에서 이 세계 사람들이 영어 배우고 조퇴하는 사람들 얼마나 고생한가 알아?
At least you understand now what everybody had to go through to learn English. It's never easy. everybody had to learn English. You never thought anything of it. Now you have to learn other language.
자, 그래서
Korean.
확실히 않으면 안 되겠다고 확실한 자신이 생겼어?
Do you really feel, yes,
분명히
Father,
있는데 말이야.
I understand.
아이고, 오늘까지도 전부 다 없애버리려고 평일 같은 지금까지 얘기 안 했다고.
Father never could emphasize on this point for obvious reasons. You might say, wow, now Father is trying to negate the language, even English language. It's not so. It's not that at all. There should be one language, period. And now we understand why it is so important, why it's so real to us. Do we now? Yeah, the necessity learning Korean.
술 먹고 있는 걸 쓰는 거다 버리는 게 아니야. 앞으로 있어서 이 코리안을 모르게 되면 우리의 문화적을 모르게 되면 참 코리안하다 그 말이었고.
It's not the lowly thing Father is talking about, or low the level Father is talking about. Without understanding Korean, we really cannot amount to anything, because that's a very important language through which we cultivate ourselves. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Language is that
또
important.
교회 전통으로 볼 때 모든 저 선배들이 전부 다 한국 사람이지.
And also in the organization of a church, Unification Church, major leaders are Koreans, aren't they?
모든 조직, 이 PWPA도 아이크스 전부 다 이 종교 문제, 세계적 내용을 준비한 모든 단체 기본은 전부 다 한국 사람이 중심이 돼 있어.
PWPA, ICAS, theological, the community, whichever you take it in.
Aula, everything. 네?
Aula even.
House, American Leaders Conference, with everything.
And they all are headed by Korean because of this reason. Has to connect through Korean language.
그럼 우리 세계에서는 최고의다가 랭귀지 이모는 안 돼. 낙제야.
And therefore, in our church, Unification Church, the followers may get along, but the leaders, if you are going to be a leader of substantial standing, we must learn Korean.
전체보다 유니피케이션 그룹.
The unification movement, group, everyone should be able to speak Korean if he is going to be a leader. No way to get around it.
젠자끼리 만나서 앞으로 뭘 자랑하려면 말이야. 한국말로 말하는 걸 자랑해야 돼.
We should take pride in conversing in Korean. Leaders get together, even though the Korean may not be perfect, converse in Korean, understand each other.
지금까지 사탄이가 세계하는 망각의 이 세계를 망치는 세계를 끌고 가는 그런 전부 다 지도국가의 많은 중사 그걸 배워가지고 그걸 자랑하는 그럴 때는 상함해.
We can see English happen to be, nothing personal in English, but English happens to be.
잉글리시보단 말이야. 지금까지 역사시대를 지나는 모든 강국 로마를 배우고 말이야. 저문들은 배우고 말이야. 전문군의 정정보다 원어를 중서 배운 거 그걸 잘하는 그것을 하는 거 잘하는 건 같아. 사탄 세계라든 앞으로 이제 하나 세계를 하는 데 있어서 한국을 중심 삼은 이 말은 잘해.
There was a time when you have to be a good doctor, you have to speak German. When there was a time that the Roman language was a must if you're going to be a leader or scholar or cultivated person. Look at the history, many years. Now English or even French, the literature, art, French, in a specialized area. But it's now, in order to understand God and live godly way of life, Korean. It's so visible parallel.
잘하네.
Now we have to be, we should learn it quickly, and we have to be proud of being able to speak Korean for obvious reasons.
무슨 말이겠어?
Do you follow?
Yes.
Until now, Satan's word, country language.
Those has been a satanic.
They are those that proud that how can they speak? Or how can fluently speak their language?
Satanic world language.
In this time, God said, "Say, they have to make it in this way." You understand? How much you change it over all over the race, all over the country. Can fluently say that power. 그래야 될 거 아니야?
Should it not be?
Yes.
It's a very natural thing. Father is
얼마나
not emphasizing Korean.
역사시대 얼마나 하나님 그 말을 가져가지고 아무 말지도 않은 망국 지적을 끌어가는 이런 나라들이 전부 다 그걸 더 안다고 자랑하는 모든.
What did all past language contribute to civilization? science is for one, but then naturally everything, they brought the humankind into more confusion. Confusion in this position and confusion in value system. That's all they contributed. In other words, satanic world was bringing everybody into satanic direction. That's the contribution of all world languages.
자, 뭐라고? 그 사탄은 자기 나라 중심 삼고 세계를 대표, 자기 나라 중에서 세계를 열려고 로마도 그랬고 영국도 그랬고 지금 미국도 그렇고 전부 다 썰어놓는 거야.
You can see the characteristics of the past language. Each language, be it Roman, French, or English, or even Russian, they are trying to lead the country centering on themselves in their own direction. It cannot be.
세계를 말이야, 세계를.
The whole world, that is.
우리는 단단히 세계 때문에 세계를 위해서 모든 나라는 합쳐야 돼.
But our language, God's language, is different. We use this language for the sake of the world, not leading the world into our direction or even godly direction, but for the sake of the world, this language will be used.
이 한국말 배우는 것은 자기 나라 얘기가 아니라 세계이기 때문에 어렵다. 예?
The good reason that you, English-speaking people, learn Korean is to serve the world better. You cannot serve world in English or speaking English, but you can serve the world speaking Korean because of that being the godly language.
알겠어?
Do you follow?
틀림없이 알아들은 사람 손 들고 틀림없이 내가 할 것이라고 아예 안 알았던 사람 전부 오늘도 전부 다 사패야.
So if you really get the glimpse of impact, the importance, or you have a full impact of importance of why we must learn Korean, the Father expects all of you to be in full awareness. And if you don't, then we lose our qualification as a member of the new direction, or any leader in this new direction.
너 선생님 설교지 산 사람 흔들어봐.
Those who bought Father's 200 volume of a sermon, raise your hands. Those who bought Father's sermon, which comes in 200 volumes.
뭐야 이게 뭐야?
Even though you cannot speak, you should have enough attention to it.
너 선생님은 무슨 관계가 얼마나 무슨 관계 몇 퍼센트 관계 있어? 몇 퍼센트 관계가?
Now, thinking this in mind, how much the connection do we have to Father? Let's say, ideally, 100% connection is a full connection. But centering on this 100, the standard, how many percent connection do have we achieved with Father at this moment?
선생님 무슨 말은 못 가르쳐도 역사 시대를 모르잖아.
We do not understand historical Father, what Father did throughout the history, and what meaning it has through the history. We do not know.
What can content teaching them?
And what Father has been teaching to us.
history. You don't know anything.
We have no clear idea.
How can they make it connect with the Father? Can say?
How can we say we made a full connection with Father? How
Huh?
can we say we grafted into Father? One Satan is trying to distract us.
Satan knows how strongly chase out. Clean climb.
Clean up. 됐습니다.
붙었으니까 잡아.
그 손톱을 잡나? 알겠지?
You follow now.
설명없이 하겠다는 사람 빨리 손들어.
Those who said, Father, I do understand deeply, and now I know not now. I'll try to learn Korean. Raise your hand.
네. 손을 잘 들으면 배고픈 개이들 주인 나타나면 말이야. 그 바가지만 들고 똥을 가져오는지 무엇을 좀 보고 좋아하는 것 같다.
Well, the hungry people, when a master arrives with a big container, he doesn't know what's in it, but everybody is happy. Whether that be something we didn't
우리
expect.
우리 무슨 날이야? 우리 정진이 생일날 이 선생님 가정에서 생일 그렇게 생일 축하하는 처음 본 사람 흔들어봐.
Today, this morning, we had 정진님's birthday. Did anybody saw how the birthday was celebrated for the first time? Raise your hands.
그런 의미에서 그것도 한번 보여주겠어 오라고는데 그래서 오라고 그래요.
So, Father, try to make it a point. Wanted to give an opportunity to those who. For the first time, Father wanted to, for them to see.
그래 저 정진이 좀 소개하라.
소개해라.
네.
내가 잡을게. 가지고 있다.
땀 잡고 나니까 이제 온다.
내가 잡을게요.
I don't have a fly with me, so I'm related to it.
엄마는 정신에 정신 뭐라 하나 햄버거 살을 묻힌다 이거 같구나. 햄버거 말이야 그 뭐야 치킨이야 키친이야 치킨 키친.
What should we do? Father says.
햄버거도 사준 치킨 다리도 하나씩 사와요. 치킨 다리 2개씩. 치킨 다리 2개씩 하고 햄버거. 치킨 다리 하고 이제 가슴 하나 3개씩 해도 괜찮아. 그럼 될 거라고. 이제 그런 사람은 치킨하고 키친하고 이제 컴플리케이트 배울 거야.
Father found that kitchen and chicken very confusing.
그 이제 치킨 할 때 찍찍찍 할 때 치킨, 새가 찍찍찍 할 때 그렇게 내가 좀 대버려 보인다.
So Father associated
찍찍찍 할 때
chick goes to chicken coos. So that's chicken.
야, 버즈 트래핑 타임 찍찍찍.
The birds chirping, chip. So chicken.
그 얼마나 복잡해.
Very complicated. Distinguish many different sounds in English.
그 바람이 흔든 것이 뉴저지. 일본 사람들은 뉴자지. 뉴저지는 말하면
For us, Jersey, very difficult to pronounce. Jersey. Japanese, impossible to pronounce that. So they say New Jersey.
뉴자지는 애기들 남자 애기들 그 말한다.
When you say New Jersey, it means the child's bed, child's penis. Baby's a little thing. So when they hear, the Koreans hear, they all hear it. Because they don't say that in public. But Japanese say that. New Jersey. The Connecticut.
South Carolina.
Like a Caroline, very difficult. R and L, very difficult. R and L. Rice.
그렇지만 이 한국 사람들은 말이야, 이 발음이 참 풍부하기 때문에 한국 사람이 한 10년 살고 한 사람들은 이 미국 사람과 누가 한지 모를 만큼 참.
Koreans are excelling because their pronunciation is all inclusive. Go find the average Korean who live here 10 years. They speak very rather good English.
중국말 해봐, 썰어놓은 마찬가지.
Chinese too. When Koreans go to China, live 10 years.
그것은 뭐냐면 외교 세계에
Speaks good
있어서
Chinese.
세계적인 토역감 있는 한국 사람의 장래다 된다. 그런 소리가.
So in the diplomatic world too, the elevated interpreters are Koreans. They can do.
발음이 어떤 거지?
Because their pronunciation is almost as good as a native person.
그 한국 그래도 일본에서는 지금 뭘 말하냐면 외국어를 배우기 위해서는 한국말을 먼저 배우면은 모든 나라에 발음 못하는 게 없다고 해가지고 일본에서는 그걸 참더라고요.
So in Japan, they came to recently. They found out the key to foreign language is Korean. Once you learn Korean, other languages will follow with relative ease. That's what Japanese are discovering now. It's a fad now.
그렇기 때문에
Learning Korean.
왜 그 한국 사람이 머리 좋은 것이 뭐냐면 큰 풀을 쌓였어요. 그 세밀한 색깔이라든가 이 사상적 표현, 정신적 표현에 있어서 분석적인 그 내용을 갖고 있는 것을 일상생활에 쓰기 때문에 머리가 좋은 거예요.
The Koreans are rather with good brains. Their everyday practice of perceiving philosophical matters and analyzing almost instantly, it's a day-to-day thing. You don't do that at school or you don't do that at a certain project. Every day, it's a part of the everyday life. This is why Koreans are good.
한국말을 여기서 이제 블랙하게 되면 감되지만 하나 통하지만 말이야. 그 몇 시까지 몇 배까지 된다고.
And for instance, describing color, black, you might say black is a black, but the Koreans has at least dozens of sub-category of a black. You divide the blacks into a more finer way.
그런 것을
Very
분석하면서
rich adjectives.
그렇게 상당히 것이 머리가 복잡해요.
So what goes on Korean mind is much more than the average people. The analyzing constantly, without his knowing even.
그 한국 사람 그렇기 때문에 영적이야. 전부 다 이게 영계가 가깝다.
In one word, they are very spiritual. You cannot say all, but it's there, and everything is so natural, which is spiritual. Mean a lot when you say
그
something.
너도 한국말 그렇게 뭐 한국말 배워놓으면 여러 가지로 도움 만들 거라고.
So Father really knows that after you learn Korean, master Korean, then you know, oh Father, I never thought the Korean was that deep.
영국 말이든 영어라든가 이거 무슨 일본 말이든가 보게 된단 말이야. 표현 따라가지 못할 말이 얼마나 많은지 몰라.
English, Japanese has their virtues, strong points, but not anywhere near Korean has. The Koreans are far more advanced, you might say, in this respect.
그것을 만들어서 아마 언어학적으로 세계 아마 최고의 둘째가 아닌 첫째 둘째가 꼽힐 거.
Linguistically, the Korean is an excellent language. It conveys a lot of complicated thought readily, instantly. So this is a good point of Korean.
중국이라든가 일본이라든가 소련 그 가운데서 가지고 모든 중요한 말, 그 말 가운데서 사용된 새로운 말들은 전부 다 소화해 가지고 한국어화해야 돼.
So Korea historically lived right in the center of three big nations, namely China, Russia, and Japan. And you have to be sensitive to learn, to respond in their language. So the Koreans grasp essence of their languages and assimilated it into Korean.
그렇기 때문에 중국어만 가지고도 못 다루고 일본만 가지고도 못 다루고 소련만 가지고도 못 다루고 영어는 물론이고.
So Chinese themselves, the so-called original Chinese, are not far from being adequate than the Korean elements who speaks Chinese. So is English. English is not exception too. English, in a real English, is somewhat inferior than the language spoken, blended with other languages who speak
한국
English.
사람들은 그 섬나라 작은 나라지만은 그 한국 사람 강대국 사회에 포위되어 오랜 5천년의 역사를 거쳐가지고 무슨 시대냐 안 돼.
You can imagine, imagination limit, what kind of trouble Koreans didn't go through during this 5,000 years where the age was barbaric. If you had a power, you would simply come over and just rule over, fight over and occupy. Do anything you want to.
중국 고대 문을 고대 사람들도 한국을 찬양했다. 한국과 오기를 희망했다.
And the Chinese always respected Korea during this 5,000 years. Always they respected spiritually Korea and thought-wise Korea. Korea is highly high thought people. That's what they're saying. More gentlemen. Is what they
공자는
say.
자신도 전부 다 저 한국을 찬양했다.
Confucius himself, well, all Koreans respect Confucius and Confucianism very much, but Confucius himself hailed Koreans.
뭐
He respected the
일본
Koreans
뭐 나라,
deeply.
일본은 나라 것도 없고 일본 근데 자기 나라를 취했지 옛날에 뭐 야만적인 말이야.
Japanese is no comparison to Korean. They were simply barbaric up to maybe 100 years ago. Now it's rising up. No, not really. This is no comparison. Culture-wise, culturally.
그렇기 때문에 한국에서 오랜 역사를 갖고 단일 민족이고 절대 한국 여자들은 저 일본 사람이든가 중국 사람이든가 서양 사람 결혼하는 법이 없는 거예요. 아무리 40년 동안 압제를 받았지만 결혼한 한국 사람들이 일본어 사람 몇천 살밖에 안 될 거라. 할 수 없음을 해요. 그건 특수민족이야.
Koreans are very particular in many ways. Like Koreans will never marry the other countries so easily. Very rare, very rare. Like Japan occupied Korea for 40 years, very intensely, stopped the using language and so forth. But no Korean, only a handful of Korean, maybe less than thousands father fields during this occupation time, Korean ever married Japanese. Very rare. Less than 10,000 couples.
그래서 그 한국이 전부 다 이 저 6.25 동란 때문에 유엔군 들어오기 때문에 피난민 생활 이렇게 됨으로 말미암아 전부 다 그 참 생활이 어렵다 그렇기 때문에 외국 남자들하고 전부 다 이게 전부 다 사창굴 중상 그것이 전부 다 문을 열게 된다.
Until World War after World War II, 1945, when there was a war and complete poverty, it was actually nothing to eat there, no shelter to hide under. At that time, the thinking changed, and international marriage was. We had many examples, and it sort of opened up a way. Last 40 years or so.
통일교회 와서 내가 레브런문 시대 와가지고 이런 하기 때문에 얼마나 한국 사람 앞에 욕을 뭔지 알아 그 때문에 이제는 더리어 이것이 전부 다 한국을 위하고 한민족이 자랑할 수 있는 이런 시대까지 돌려놓은 거예요.
And then came father's time, and father did the same thing. Father married internationally. In the beginning, Koreans really seriously misinterpreted father, misunderstood father. They would no way understand the lofty ideas of father intention to international marriage. Now, only now, they begin to understand, oh, Reverend Moon's marriage is different even though it's international. They just come to be aware of that.
지금 간판 붙이고 세계 남자 여자들이 한국 사람 얻어가려고 전부 다 찢어 전부 다 뭐라 할까 재물이 그래 재물이 거기를 전부 다 제사 사람한테 논하지 않는 것 마찬가지 그놈을 하고 있는 거예요.
It's like offering. Offering, you get a lot of good offering, good one, clean, good offering, and you divide that and you give that liberally. This is
창관 오디언스 나눠준 것 마찬가지 지금 그 놈 하고 있잖아.
So isn't this what Father is doing? Father is marrying all different nations with the Koreans.
순결 역사 시대를 통해서 순결한 전통을 남겨내온 것은 한국 사람밖에 없고.
So historically,
중국도 그렇고 전부 다 그래. 일본도 그렇고.
historically, the only race that kept chastity. Does anybody know the chastity? Which is everyday language in Korea. Chastity. The country of chastity is only one. That's Korea. Korean woman has been more pure than anybody else.
한국 여자들은 남자에게 겁탈당하면 죽는 거야. 그건 죽는 것이 당연한 것을 알고 있는 거야.
Korean woman marry only one time, and her husband die. Basically, she dies too. That trend is recently is not visible, but basically, in other words, she never will think about getting married again. She's dead, but she's alive because she cannot kill herself.
만약에 그것이 정조를 빼앗기면 죽는 거야.
And if somebody rapes her, you would not believe that. Almost always she would die. That kind of a sense of chastity is far superior than anybody.
그런 여자가 있으면 그
Part of their
여자
culture.
문중에서 받아들이면.
And the women who's flamboyant, who doesn't keep chastity, the whole clan will stamp her, and they will never treat her as a right person, a whole person. She's just exception. She's just no good. Very strict.
그런 의미에서 미국 여자가 질적으로 달라.
So you might say everybody is equal. Not really. Korean women, American women, what they stand for, there's a world of difference. We might as well realize that. The quality is different. One is closer to heaven.
그리고 저 너들 보면 한국 사람, 일본 사람, 중국 사람 보게 되면 한국 사람은 개방적. 그참 이상하다. 개방적이 됐다. 그러지 않을 수 없는 것이 강대국을 품고 그것을 전부 소화하고 그것을 전부 다 연결해 외교적으로 능력을 가져가지고 감싸고 소화하지 않고 살아남지 못하기 때문에 적재적소에 있어서 임기응변적 훈련을 받아왔다.
And if you compare Korean, Chinese, and Japanese, one characteristic very visible in Korean is they are very open. And Father now says that has to be because he had to live, he had to survive among strong nations, many strong nations. If you become hermit, if you become exclusive, he doesn't survive. So as a means of adapting, the Koreans adapted being open,
자,
more
역사에
confident.
930, 왜 900쯤 몇 31번 지금 뭐 90거 잘 모른다. 900번 이상 침nom을 했다.
Nobody knows for sure, but we can calculate, history calculate, about 900 times.
뭐
Excess of 900 times Korea has been invaded by Russia, China, Japan, the Outer Mongolia, you name it. History books tells us that not more than 900 times.
그러면서 그 환경에서
Korea has
한일 민족의 역사를
invaded.
지내나왔다는 사실, 정절을 잃어버리지 않고 자기 국민이 해체되지 않고 유지해나왔다는 사실 놀라운 거예요.
It's amazing that they did not give up their culture, their identity. Also, they kept high standard of morality, impossible to achieve. If you look back,
알겠어?
do you understand?
아시아에서 어떠한 민족보다도 전부 다 고대 문화 민족이라고 해야 돼. 그거라 한다고. 일본도 아니고 중국도 아니고.
It's not China, it's not Japan, who is orthodox in adhering to ancient the thought of highness.
그리고 한국 민족 특색이 지금까지 살아남은 것은 이 주변 국가, 중국 사람보다도 일본 사람보다 소련 사람보다 미국 사람보다 공부를 열심히 머리에서 알아야 된다. 이것이 민족적 긍지로서 지금까지 자랑해 나온
And
거예요. 공부에 대해서는 어디가 던지지 않는 거예요.
their zeal to study and observe from different culture, from Japan, from China, from India, anywhere at the geography permits. The Koreans was always very studious in learning other people's the knowledge.
아시아에 있어서의 일본 사람들이 중국을 점령하고 소련을 점령할 때 통역관들은 일본 사람이 하나도 없어. 전부 한국 사람. 그러니까 그 모든 정책적 비밀을 누구보다 잘 알고 중국 사람이 또 전부 다 일본을 하든가 소련을 위하든가 한국을 위하든가 할 때는 제일 말 잘하는 사람은 한국 사람이라고. 한국 사람은 그런 면에서 전부 다 아시아 강대국 앞에 있어서의 통역할 수 있는 대표자를 이용할 수 있는 그런 민족성을 지녔기 때문에 모든 정치 배경에서 누구보다 멈추 말고 대처해 왔던 거예요.
And as a result of that, the Koreans they tend to play a rather very important central role. For instance, when Japan occupied China, who interpreted? Who was an interpreter there? Always a Korean. They use a Korean because no one can translate language between the two better than Korean. So it was not Japanese themselves. So you know they get to know the first-hand knowledge about the international affairs, and he plays maybe sometimes he influences favorably the benefit of the country that the Korea the feels he owes to.
소련도 역시 일본을 하든가 중국 사람이 한국 사람이 잘하고 중국도 마찬가지죠. 그런 입장에서 한국 사람이 우수하다.
But the Koreans spoke usually better Russian than Chinese spoke Russian, and better Chinese than the Russians spoke Chinese. So the Korea always played this role of go-between and interpreting.
그런 역사적
Translate.
전통을 남을 때 미국 같은데 앞으로 미국 대학에 우수한 사람은 이제 한국 사람들. 지금 이거지 그렇게 돼요. 유대인 못한다. 아무나 유대인 못.
Only next to that comparable, the group is Jewish people. Jewish people gave rise to many scholars, and their zeal to study is very high. Many scholars, many lawyers, doctors, so forth. But look at the Koreans now. Koreans are fast catching up with the Jewish. Actually, they are ahead now.
자, 여기 한국에서 내가 저
If you didn't hear.
내가 여기 올때 1954년 그쯤 돼서는 말이야 한국 교포가 13만인데 이제 100만이 넘어. 그 100만 넘는 것이 이것이 10년 동안 얼마 한 10년 동안에 부른 거야. 10년 동안에 와가지고 완전히 기반 나갔어. 그렇기 때문에 가자마자 이 사람들은 전부 다 한국에서 사업하려면 경상도로부터 팔도강산을 다 누비고 나서 거기에 남아줄 수 있는 걸 찾기 때문에 한국 사람의 팔도강산은 전부 다 8개 국가가 전부 달라. 그런 훈련이 되어 있기 때문에 미국 와가지고 말은 못하지만 댕기면서 뭐 시장에 뭐 뻔히 알고 뭐 해야 된다는 걸 기출 잘한다. 그렇기 때문에 한국 사람은 순식간에 자기 기반을 닦아가지고 자립하는 거죠. 그게 세계 이민사에서 특수한 이민이 한국입니다.
There are many histories of different ethnic groups. There are history of immigration. But Koreans are unique, by far they're more unique than most of them. Look, in 1973 when father came here, there was a Korean population of 130,000 at the top, 130,000. Today, in mere 10 years, a little over 10 years, but now we are boasting 1 million,
More
than 1 million.
Almost 10 times.
On all of them, in less than 5 years, they reach to the more than middle class living standard. Why? There's a good reason why. When the Koreans, before they come to America, they would have traveled and gone all over 8 different provinces of Korea. 8 provinces of Korea is a small country, but almost like 8 different countries. Dialect, different kind of way of thinking, different kind of trading, almost like a different countries. So they have not only survived, but they also studied all throughout the 8 states, 8 provinces in Korea. Then, with that training, without their knowing, with the training, they came to America. So when they look at American community, immediately he can tell how he should conduct to survive and get ahead of the people who are living in their community for many years. Before
한국
that.
사람들은 미국 사람들은 전문하게 되면 하나밖에 안 하지. 한국 사람 전문이 전부야.
And in America, specialty is they specialize only one thing. If you're engineer, you're engineer. That's it. You can't do anything else. You don't think about doing anything else. Koreans, they are multi-specialists.
그래서 여기 미국 사람들 일하는 거 일주일 동안 다 배워.
So they really give a very attentive, they give a lot of attention to. And they learn that trade within mere weeks, not years, but weeks.
왜 그러냐면
They learn.
서로가 어렵기 때문에 벌어먹고 살기 위해서는 일 하나 가지고 안 된다. 10가지, 100가지 어떤 동네에서 이름난 그런 챔피언이 돼야 무엇이든지 한다는 챔피언이 돼야 굴뚝에서부터 뭐 전부 다 문창문으로부터 갈아서 끼우는 것부터 뭐 전기로부터 전부 다 수도로부터 전부 다 거칠 줄 알아야 그거 벌어먹고 사는 거예요.
And it's not because they were great, they become like this, because of their need. If you specialize in one thing, that's hardly enough to make you a living. You simply cannot make a living knowing one trade. So if somebody asks you to come and do this, then he says, oh, by the way, can you do this? And then he happened to be able to do that, and that's the person who survived. This is why he can do many things at one time.
여기 뭐
Need.
여기 뭐 사람 제2 한국인이야.
Now,
제2
why father says this to explain in detail what Koreans are, what they're like. It's because we here are all second Koreans. We are the second Koreans. We should fit the same category which father is.
이 사람들이 한국 사람은 세계 점령은 멀지 않다. 세계 점령하는 문제가 있다.
When we become as versatile, as good as Korean, then so-called the conquest of the world, conquest in a good sense, will be no
레브레문이
problem.
뭐야? 정저 레브레문 뭐 이스 해가지고 뭐야? 이벤젤리스트 뭐 인더스트리얼리스트 뭐 칼처리스트 뭐 리리저스 뭐 브라이트니.
As you know clearly, Americans the people of the world try to describe father. They began with the industrialist. And then they went on and on, the philosophy.
비즈니스맨. 예?
Businessmen, they thought. That business is father's, how would you say, the religion is father's top, but nobody ever saw that. And business is last in father, but then everybody feels the father is top in business.
그 아는 거 하는 것을 안 한 것이 없어.
There's nothing father is
바다에
not
가서
known
쉬시하면
as.
마운틴 가거든 마운틴맨이고 말이야. 윌드너스 가거든 윌드너스맨.
Mountain man, wilderness man, how about fishermen? We all know how good father is.
그 어디서 그렇게 배운 얘기야? 한국 민족성, 환경적 여건을 그렇지 않고는 사방을 알지 않고는 지도자가 못 되는 것이.
So there's no direction father does not know. In other words, every direction father knows. Father believes in firmly. Without being like that, you cannot be a leader.
저 레브런은 남미의 어떤 나라가 들어도 자립하는 거 순식간에 하고 아프리카가 다 집어던지면 죽잖아.
If father
아무것도 죽잖아.
trust in a strange culture of South America, father knows father can survive. Not only survive, but they can lead.
산에 가서 뱀이 있고 큰 거다 엘리게이터가 있고 새가 있고 뭐 멧돼지가 있고 무슨 뭐 너루가 있고 사슴이 전부 다 한국인은 모든 거 다 있다. 그 한국인 모든 거 내가 안 잡아본 것이 없어. 다 잡을 줄 알아.
Father goes any strange circumstances to see deer there, all the animals there, which all father has seen before in Korea. There's no animal father never caught in Korea. While father was a small child, everything father had to go through.
그 엘리게이터가 잡는 것만 하루에 아마 수십 마리 잡을 거라.
Alligator, your father concentrated in catching an alligator without the modern aid. Father can catch by dozen a day.
연구하는 거야. 미카빌조가 처음부터 걸려들게 하는 거지. 뭐 멧돼지를 못 잡거나 벤치하고 말이야. 8번 선 그저 와야만 있으면 말이야. 치코를 내가 얼마나 잘 만들지. 어디 저 점성되는 거 잘 순식간에.
It's a specialty we never have come to know yet. But all father needs a set of plier and this number 8 wire. You know the wire. The father can make a trap, set a trap, the right place. So he never failed to catch any animal.
그 아주 1년 몇 마리면 1년 살 수 있고 말이야. 어디 가든지. 아 바다에 물만 있으면 고기 잡으면 고기는 안 잡아본 거기서 이 태평양 태서양 어디 뭐 지중해 거기 다 잡아봤어. 다 잡았다고 다 안 잡아본 거기 없어.
There's no way father can starve. And there's no fish father never caught. Mediterranean and where Pacific, no animal father never caught.
Alaska area every fish I caught.
And also in Alaska, every variety fish.
Atlantic Ocean too, Pacific Ocean too, every. I caught many kind of fish. Isn't it?
Then father did.
그 맨손 가지고 반쯤만 입고 맨손을 이렇게 가지고 주인 노릇 하는 거야.
So father doesn't need to be.
피셔맨 세계에 가서 내가 30분만 얘기해서 우리 집에 갑시다. 부잣집을 안내가지고 조금 당주고 먹이면서 내가 대우에 사흘만 되면 친구가 되기 때문에 1년 동안 같이 살다. 이럴 수 있는 것이 얼마나 할 수 있는 거야.
Father never has to put on a nice suit and tie before he can make friends. No. Instead, the father will want underwear and a t-shirt and go among the fishermen, talk them 3 days, become so
Not
close.
half hour, you know.
Half hour, talk to them,
Export.
very close.
Yeah. Areas talking about this like. They didn't know that. One time here, father talking, immediate respect as like praise. You know. So that one time they want to invite their hall. Please come to our house. They will come every time there, forever. Staying there one night, I told him, why I can't talking, no problem. Interesting. Hearing, enjoyable, enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic power father has.
Excitement. Don't go back.
So they will
Home.
say, oh, Father, don't go back.
You have to
Stay
go
with us."
back home.
Whereas Father will never
Because
receive that Reverend will go back home. No way that will happen.
너도 선생님 좋아해?
Do we all love Father?
정신 떠서 밥 먹여주고 막 와가지고 좋은 얘기를 좀 하잖아. 근데 뭘 좋아해? 근데 선생님이 하라는 건 다 싫어하잖아.
Well, that's because Father gives nice words, always give us a present of words and give a nice meal. Maybe that's why we love Father. Yes.
내가 하라는 건 다 싫어하잖아. 내가.
Whatever Father tells us to do, we hate that part. No? No?
American is like enjoyable, happiness. How much?
Americans go for enjoyment, don't they?
애들아 grasshopper.
Do you know the grasshopper and ant anecdote, Aesop?
Singing.
Aesop of grasshopper and ant, do you know? Like a singing all throughout the summertime.
그래, 너
Never prepared for
grasshopper가 될 거야, ant가 될 거야.
So which should you be? Should we be the grasshopper or ant?
그 겨울에 들어가게 되면 ant 집에는 먹을 것이 꽉 차 있지만 grasshopper는 다 흔적도 없어지는 거야.
The ant are stuck up for winter, but when you go to the nest of a grasshopper, there's nothing to eat. They're not prepared.
자체도 없다고.
There's not even trace of a house. Ant has a house.
all day.
So they die when the weather becomes harsh.
자, 선생님 미국 와가지고 와스턴 타임 만들고 요즘 미디어 센터 만들고 세계적 기반 돌아다니면서 참 잘 닦아서 못 닦았어.
So Father, during this incredible suffering and the persecution, the Father went here and there and established Washington Times and started up a business and bought the warehouse and prepared for one day to come. Did Father do well or did poorly about preparing himself? Incredibly well.
이제는 백악관이 help me. CIA가 I need you.
This is how the White House and
America.
the CIA behave. They pay attention. They pay attention to Reverend Moon seriously.
실제가 펼치는 거야. 챔피언십 뭐야 지금 올라가지. 예? 낙다운 챔피언 되는 거 아니야?
Who is champion? Champion is the one who goes up to the ring, fight each other, and knock out the other and win.
세계의
That's a champion.
사상적 윈에서 사상적 그 도전에서 누가 1등했어?
The who won the championship in the arena of a world thought.
넘버 원. 그다음에 비즈니스 왜 넘버 원.
Business number one.
미디어 월드 넘버 원. 릴리저스 월드 넘버 원. 레슬링 월드 투 메이킹 넘버 원.
Even in the physical wrestling, Father will won the number one.
기반 닦기 전에 입 다물었어.
And the Father never boasts because Father has foundation.
세계까지 나타날 때는 조용해.
Father will keep quiet.
그래서 종적으로 다 이렇게 해서 뭘 하는지 몰랐어. 이제는 묶을 때가 다 왔어.
The people, while Father has been doing this in the world, nobody knew what Father was up to, what Father was doing. Now people see, oh, this is there. Oh, there's another foundation. Oh, wow, that's why he did it. Now the people begin to see what he has done. Father feels now it is time to integrate all foundation. It's time. Integrate, to bring together, make a whole.
그거 좋아? 인테그리티 하는 거 좋아?
Is it good to do that?
이거 이제 코리안하고 말이야. 이제 흑인하고 싸움도 내가 말린 거 알아? 말리고 있다는 거 알아?
Did you know there was a serious, hard confrontation between the black and Korean community here in New York? Very, very tense. Did you know that Father was the go-between, moderator, to solve that problem?
흑인들이 왜 흑인 세계에 들어가 한국 사람들은 다 점령해버려. 백인 세계 다 점령해버린다고.
When the Korean community, the grocers went into black community, the black community was alarmed because they work so hard, so efficient. They see they're not no competition to them. the black people. By far, they are the better performer, better business people.
거기서 자면서 일해, 자면서 24시간 문 뚫으면
They
장사해.
never go to vacation. They never work 8 hours a day. They sleep maybe 3 or 4, really. And they never go home to sleep. They sleep there. How can you compete?
그 전쟁마다야. 전쟁을 하고 있다고.
And they think it's a war. If they win, they survive. If they lose, there's nowhere else to go, the Koreans. How serious are they? They've been through that many, many times before. So they are simply serious.
자, 일본 사람이나 중국 사람은 뭐 10년 걸리면 어쩌면 한국 사람은 1년, 3년 이내에 다.
Chinese, probably to establish the same foundation Korean makes in 3 years. 10 years they will make, and still not enough. Koreans usually 3 years.
Korean, Japanese too.
Japanese too. Japanese are very studious people, but no way they spend the same time as Korean and get a better foundation than Korean. No. It takes twice as long for Japanese to make the same foundation as Korean make. These are true facts. So black people are alarmed.
이제 미국의 미국 국무성의 이민국장은 한국이 앞으로 있어서의 미국을 지배할 것이다. 동부 세계는 틀림없이 한국 사람이죠. 그렇게 믿고 있는 거예요 지금. 그래가지고 그 국장 아들 딸을 한국 사람들하고 친구들하고 소개해주는 국장 자신.
Immigration officials here in America begin to see that point. Years ahead, the Korean immigrants will rise up in a leading position over all America, especially even in the East Coast. If you rise above East Coast, then West Coast is automatic, as you know. So they encourage their children to make friends with the Korean young people, because they see the future.
한국 사람들이 문제되는 이물게 보고 들어오면 가만 보니까 나쁜 줄 조사해 보니까 다 오라. 너무 열심히 하다 보니 문제되고 다 보고 되죠.
So the Korean
죄를 짓고 무슨 뭐 이렇게 늙은 사람들 어머니 아버지도 말이야 월폐 같은 거 타면 싫어한다.
Yeah. Koreans make problems, so the officials always attended to that problem. But if they investigate seriously, really not so much wrong with the Korean people. No crime, no the bad intention to do any harm to others or even take over anything. No, they don't have.
너무 열심히 하기.
They are too serious, too eager. That's the problem, and you cannot blame for that.
아예 저 야채 장사나 과일 장사하더라도 말이야 유태인에다가 미국 사람을 사다 덜렁는데 한국 사람 닫고 기름칠하고 닦고 반칠반칠 지내간 사람은 햇빛이 반사이로 이루고 있으니까 자기들은 못하거든. 그래 불편하고 저거 안 되거든. 그래서 다 그렇게 돼 있더라고.
You see the Korean now gets 70% of the grocery store, grocery and the fruit stand. Look at the grocery store. They trim the cabbage, they trim the celeries, and they shine apples, they shine orange even. All in the tremendous time they take it. They wash and they sprinkle and they arrange. It's like the art stand. Whereas you go to other the non-Korean operated the grocery store, it's very sloppy.
파리가 엎어질 건 뭐야?
Flies there. There's a less fly in the Korean groceries.
딴 데 가면 파리 없으래. 누구 한게 뭐야?
They are so much better, so they fear. They're out of competition now. So they started blaming them.
여자들 저 메이크업만 그 아름답게 만들어 팔아면 됩니다.
You know, it's like a well cared for, well cosmetized women, compared to just the woman just woke up in the morning. That's how different Korean grocery stand and other grocery stand.
제 3자를 뭐라고 들어보는 거야. 살 사람이 와서 들어가는 전부 다. 이걸 몇 번씩 그냥 삼춘개 따내고 햇살이가 따세우고 전부 다 사료 팔찌 전부 다 막 평가받아가지고 지지만 전부 다 그런 거 미국 사람 앉아가지고 뭐 1년 12달 그런 생각이면 오가서 먹고 막아서 막 그치게 돼 있어.
And did you know that their relative always come there like a guest, just walk in, just go around to see, later always give them advice. Hey uncle, we shouldn't do this because if you did that, then the groceries will go spoil very fast. So they get all the advice. And they correct the situation.
자, 물건 같은 거 사는 거, 야채 같은 거 여기서 남들은 이게 한 시간쯤 가는데 1시간 10분, 1시간 30분 가요. 싸고 좋은 거 사.
They always go to the big produce market 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, to travel half an hour more than the competitors, where they produce fresh
Fresh, good thing.
and even better price.
Yeah.
And they do that actually.
그래가지고 아랑지멘트를 잘하는 게.
And they arrange it so appetizingly, so good.
응? 자기 집에 가보면 그 형편하게 살지만은 상대분 왕궁 같아. 그 주의랑.
But they never take care of their family that nice and neat. If you went to their home, there's barely any sleeping place. Like a cubhole. That's all. They sleep and come out, sleep and come out. But their store, they keep it like a palace.
옷도 쭉 빼고 싹. Every morning changing that tie. 그 tie.
And when there's an event, when they have to go somewhere dressed, they become completely different men. They're dressed like a first-rate gentleman.
어디 가든지 쓱 가든지 팁만이 잘 주는 데는 세계 제일이 한국 사람.
Also, Koreans pay good tips. He is very, very generous. Give away a lot of
일본
money.
사람 주는 보통 3배는 한국 사람 주는 것이 그렇게 생각해. 일본 사람들이 왜 지겠냐 얘기야. 중국 사람들이 왜 지겠냐. 사람들이 왜 지겠냐. 미국 사람들이 왜 지겠냐. 미국 와서 미국 보져서 안 지겠다.
So Koreans, whenever they go, they liberally give gratuity tips, up to 3 times than the Japanese do. Japanese wealthy, much wealthier, but that's not their custom. But Koreans give more. They say one thing they have in mind: I will not be outdone by Americans, not be outdone by Chinese, not outdone by Japanese.
자,
That's their
주이시하고 말이야, 아메리카노하고 말이야. 그다음에 서른 사람, 소비에트지 뭐, 소비에트 사람하고 말이야. 그다음에 부자 사람 누구야? 일본 사람하고 처음부터 같이 가 식당 가서 밥 먹는다 하면 말이 서로 그 친구인데, 서로가 자기 먹은 돈을 놓고 나오는 거야. 한국 사람은 대표로 가가지고 다 서로.
One thing Koreans do not have, their custom is paying in Dutch. If Jewish people and American people and Japanese people, Korean people go together in the restaurant and for some and eat, and the bill comes out, everybody is trying to figure out how much he has to pay. Koreans never think. The Koreans will never think. Look at how much it is. They bring it and pay himself. Because it's too awkward
그
to
10사람
pay
가운데
1 quarter.
10사람만 치는 가운데서 3번만 한국 사람 가게 되면 한국 사람이 3번 내고 10번은 내려고 한다고. 그러니까 3번쯤부터 아이고 나도 내가 한번 내게 되나 이래가지고 전부 다 얘기하는 거야.
And by the time the Korean does that for 3 times, then other people, get the feeling of it and say, yes, let me pay this time.
그래 전체 10사람 나머지 나한 대씩 한 사람 내가 다 할게. 10사람 전부 다 내야지.
And he cannot say, I will pay just for mine and yours. No, he cannot say that because the example is showed. So he pays. No, this is true. Every time the group ate with the Korean, then they begin to pay for all.
그래가지고 친구라고 해가지고 전부 다 아이고 내 시절에 너 집 가봐갔다. 자꾸 집 오지 말래네. 잘 살 줄 알았더니 집 어떤 창피하게 어디면 절대 오지 말라는 거야. 1년 동안 참고 정을 좋아하는 날 어갔더니 뭐든 할 수 있어. 가보니까 사는 것은 자기 집과 자기 친구들 집이 제일 못 사는 사람이 그랬대. 그게 한국 사람의 특징이야. 그 수수께끼야.
And other people, not knowing how well off he is, he must be very well off because he volunteers to pay all the bill all the time. So he wants to go to his home and say, let me visit your home. And he says, no,
부대인 줄 알고 말이야.
because they think he's very well to do. No, but once, the end of the year, he could refuse no more. So somehow they go to visit his home. Then, to their amazement, he doesn't live so well. In fact, he's the poorest of all the group who was eating together, but paying all the bill by himself. That attitude is a Korean attitude.
그러니까 그런 문제에서는 외교 문제에서는 한국 사람 못해. 말 잘하지. 배짱 있지, 공개적이. 누구나 접촉하기 쉬워.
So very easy to get in touch with the Koreans. They speak rather well because they experienced well, and
Guts,
they got a
guts,
guts
well.
because they've been going through a lot of difficult times. So they're not afraid of a difficult situation. They have guts.
어떻게 보면 미친 사람하고 똑같이 먹었지.
It's like how would you say it's like a fairy tale person. You know, it's like
그렇기 때문에 한국 사람은 전부 다 그러다 보니 잘못 살기 때문에 나라까지는 잘못 살고 그러니 세계를 다 시켜 나가서 벌어먹고 살래니까 말이야. 4천만 벌면 1억 살 수 없거든. 에이라 내 세계라 가지고 나 저 벌어먹고 살고 말이야. 사람 다 거느리고 살 텐데 세계로 퍼져나가기가 전부 다. 그 왜 그러냐면 한국 사람은 예언적 민족이기 때문에 앞으로 세계는 국경을 넘어가 가지고 전부 다 하나 되는 세계를 미리 알기 때문에 하나님 이렇게 준비했다고. 그때가 주인 노릇시키기 위한 불론이라 이렇게 생각하는 거야.
So millions of Korean residents, the Korean people, went to immigrate to America, all the rest of the world. There's no country the Korean didn't go. And wherever they go, the same pattern of success. Why? Because Koreans are a prophetic nation. They know through keen spiritual sense what the world is going to be in the future. The world is bound to be smaller, smaller, and become one, become unified. And God is sending the Koreans in everywhere so that in later time the Koreans can play a role, maybe educating them, or maybe serving as a cadre to the unified country.
그다음에 북극 개발, 남극 개발할 수 있는 사람들은 한국 사람밖에 없다. 일본 사람도 안 되고 소련 사람도 중국 사람도 안 되고 다 안 되지만 한국 사람만이 적용하라. 왜? 추나 추정이 참 확실해.
Father feels
Now father feel many people say.
many people say many people say too. The pioneering of Arctic and Antarctic will be done by Korea because the harsh climate.
서로 시베리아 개발 문제 그 연구한 결과에서 한국 사람이 제일 결론이 안 나와.
The Russian came to that conclusion. It is not going to be Japanese. It's not even father feels. It's not the Japanese nor Chinese will be able to, nor Russian.
Of course, American.
American is out of question too. To pioneer, to construct, to make a construction, to develop the Russian tundra area. Koreans, they say. Why? Koreans have 4 distinct seasons. Various seasons.
날짜가 공수학적으로 들어봐. 3만 4호.
It's a very clearly rhythmic. 3 days for warm days, 3 cold days during the winter. Did you hear that? 3 cold and 4 warm. 3 cold, 4 warm. They generally keep that pattern in winter time.
겨울도 석 달, 가을도 석 달, 여름도 석 달, 봄도 석 달. 딱 맞아.
And 3 months of winter time, 3 months of springtime, 3 months of summertime, 3 months of autumn. Very clearly marked. And every year, sort of the pattern repeats.
그렇기 때문에 이 지구상을 어디 가서 적응하지?
So they can adapt to any climate around the world.
중동에 가가지고 모든 건설업소 일본 사람, 미국 사람, 독일 사람 전부 다 쉬는데 한국 사람은 벗고 더운데도 일할 수 있는 그런 훈련.
And Saudi Africa, the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, we saw the Koreans made a more development there than the Japanese or any other nation. Koreans went by
더워서
hundreds of thousands.
더운데 한국 사람 벗고도 가지고 다 먹기는 한국 사람은 24시간이야.
And climate was so hot, everybody had to put on extra clothing, to keep themselves insulated. But Koreans always did not need that, and no laborer can withstand that heat.
그렇기 때문에
8 hours a day than Korea.
건설하는 데서 한국 사람 다 있어. 일본도 지고 미국도 지고 다 한국이 전부 다 중동으로 건설한 거야. 그거 알아?
Did you know they outbid everybody, including German, including Japanese,
Including United States.
including the United States? United States never actually went there to develop because they never go if there is no bar.
그걸 얘기해 줘야 되겠어.
Why did Father bring this out? That's what we have to be because we're the Koreans. And Father has to point out, even though it's painful,
미국
you gotta
사람들이 한국 사람
look at us
하는
straight.
말이야. 몇 개는 누가 리더네 미국 사람 절대 한국 사람들이 못해. 한국 사람 전부 다. 머리가 보통 3에서 5개를 한꺼번에 쌓아놓고 하나 착착착착 하루 동안 할 수 있지만 미국 사람은 말이야 다섯 만나는 눈 뜨고 끄고 미친 소모를 누구서
Where Father placed 2 leaders, one Korean leader, one American leader, and give them 5 missions to do at the same time.
이나대
The Koreans would start spinning like a crazy. Americans would be confused like crazy. They don't know what to do. They stand still. They just cannot move.
다섯은 그 중에 제일 어디는 넘버 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 레벨 딱 봐가지고 착착착착착 이거 듣는 거뭐 어떻게 하는 거요? 주제 그건 지맥해버리고 전명 다 하는 거야.
The Koreans will set up priority 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and start doing from number 1 on. American will try to find out the reason why they cannot do that.
이런 명령하는 사람 어디 있어? 그건
Let us say.
it's not American day.
Then they say, I don't accept this kind of a direction. They would say, they come to the conclusion, I mean, how can you expect me to do this? But who survives in the harsh world of competition?
너 무너진 거 배척받았지.
The Moonies have been persecuted until now.
미국이 얘기하지. 이런 길이 그밖에 없어. 남이 하나를 떼세야지.
The only way we can win over the same body who persecuted us is to do 3 times better than they. How? Simply do more than they. Just like Father. We see Father, how he did it and what kind of things he did it.
선생님 실패자야. 디피니트 매너가 빅터리스 맨.
For going through Father's way of life, is Father victorious person now or defeated person?
어째서?
Why? How?
수십 가지를 매일같이 보고 수십 가지.
Because Father does literally
more.
dozens of things, decisions one day. Dozens of different field Father is doing same day. Many things from A to Z Father is doing in one day.
너들 선생님 같은 사람 될 거야? 미국 사람 같은 사람 될 거야?
So which pattern would you choose? Would you become like a father's pattern, or take after father's pattern, or American pattern?
You are real American. Real American likes American truth. Way.
Real Americans like
Cultural way.
American culture,
안 줘.
American tradition, don't you? Aren't you? You don't?
왜 아메리칸 코리안 밀지 왜 하려고 얘기하려고
Why?
you have to make you know.
Because Father wants you to remain as survive as a victor, never be washed out. That's why we have to be.
와싱턴 가보라고 이제 미디어 센터하고 저 프레스 클럽 참 방송까지 내가 다 전문해서 가지고 딱 이게 요즘에 뭐 보수파들 큰 소리 하는 패들이 전부 다 분할해서 공산주의 반공이라 해 돈 벌이 해돈 먹어서 일하던 전부 다 깨달아갖고 말이야. 또 리버럴한 사람은 소리 낮게 다니지 하던 나서 갈 때는 리버럴은 여전히 더 강력해, 더 세계적으로 고통스럽고.
Look at Washington now, the beautiful big building, brand new building of a media center and a press center, media building. Look at these liberals who has been boasting, but now the fall of Russia, the communism,
보수파도 마찬가지.
and conservative as well. Conservative is no.
한국인은 제목에 돈들 기부 같은 거 다 무너져 버렸거든.
They've been getting a lot of donations through anti-communism, but now anti-communism is out of work. Communism no more, so the conservatives don't know what to do. But they all come in now to kind of lean on Father's foundation.
신문에 난 것이 뭐인가 육개단체 보수파들이 전부 다 지금까지 살아왔더랬는데 이 보수파를 대표해가지고 완전히 옛날보다 더 흥청흥청으로 발전한 밖에 없다고. 원스토리 크리에이처 전부 다 해놓고 손들고 앞날에 우리들은 어떻게 거냐 이거 탄생한 데서 보고 듣는 거야.
So Father already heard the news that the people who've been competing against the AFCs, and they were busy until this moment, but now they are out of work, and they have no future in sight. Whereas AFC people getting stronger, they have a much more visible goal to do.
Now-
AFC people now are working harder than ever.
헤딩된 가지고 미국을 썰어는 왼손에 주고 말이야. 미국을 왼손 레브런문이 지금 끌고 간 거야. 끌고.
So AFC now, right at the wake of Father, Reverend Moon, right hand, America, left hand, Russia. Now,
내가 옆자리 뭐가 들어가는 거야.
so both Bush and Gorbachev really have no hope to in the world. Reverend Moon is the hope for problems over. So, like a Bush in concrete way, if Reverend Moon does not support him all out like he did in the first election anyway, he has no chance of being re-elected.
다음에 민주당 대표를 내가 밀어주면 부시가 않나 부시가 이게 아니야.
Suppose Reverend Moon decide to help the Democratic candidate next election. Would Bush stand a good chance?
Yes or no? No. Yeah. 부시 continually choosing victoriously. You American youth people, open mouth, fluently, confidence. Bush fell down. This is reality. 무슨 말 들겠어?
Do you understand? This is reality. They see it, we see it too.
내가 그 말이야. 쥐새끼가 내가 상원 시절 상원 내가
Here, what is he? Father can pull him out of there.
그래서 왜? I choose off.
Father will choose him out of the multitude and
You come at the same time.
place
And
him.
do it.
Place him in an important position. Do you think he can fulfill that mission? He can, if Father picks him up and supports him. He himself amounts to nothing, but Father's behind can do anything.
This is the reality.
This is reality, not boasting.
Do you understand? Yes. 지금까지 너들 부려가지고 이거 해라 욕을 먹고 또 해라. 그쵸? 그래서 빼가 거꾸로 들기를 하라고. 그 재료가 필요해 재료.
So Father has been telling us, go and work, get the ridiculous persecution, go and your back is bent, work hard and be persecuted. Where is that proof now? Father needs that proof to make a bigger thing to happen now,
To make a material,
to materialize.
resource material. Do you understand?
He
If you
needs that.
had that kind of resource material, can protect country, can take broken country, no problem. One time store up their four corner atmosphere. Do you understand? I need that kind of resource material. Resource, do you understand? Origin source, original material. How much long cut, how much long man, how much worked hard for righteous way. Terrible situation. Passport situation. Betting that kind of situation. Go over after you need that kind of material, resource material. With that kind of material can make new tradition on heaven and earth. Do you understand? Yes. God understand. Say, Reverend Monsieur, say. Why God take hard work, hard situation? 그 which is reverend, same conclusion, new resource over the world. Huh? Over the world. Any country doesn't have that kind of material. Any religious world doesn't have kind of material. Any cultural world background doesn't have that kind of material. Make that kind of material, ultimately making foundation new tradition over the world. From there, new world appearing. Turn around, new page, new direction. You understand?
Yes.
Theoretical conclusion. I read it to you. Same situation. You have made that kind of resource material. You can make any kind of leadership of world. No problem. Is this correct or wrong way?
Correct.
You know that. Until our father didn't take it, didn't talk about this contest. Why? Outside, against people, set aside, army. Everyone going, taking that all over the world, that powerful foundation. Now, which is making now continuing. In America, in Germany, in Japan, everywhere. Now, I proclaim clearly. Now, after declaration, need that kind of source material. You don't have it. You don't have it. What shall father do? Waiting for you, taking other way. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now the current situation. Visiting us. 너는 오늘 좀 듣기 싫다고 얘기하는데.
So father decided to say something which bothers you today, which you will not be exactly happy. Father says that.
세상 사람들은 저 데모하는데 한번 데모해보지.
Usually when this kind of thing happen outside in the world, they picket, they go against demonstration. How about you? You going to do that?
왜 너야? 왜 너야?
How different are you from them? Dairy?
큰놈 작은 놈 내버리면 앞에 신세를 너무 많아져서 얼굴도 못 들고 있는데 데모를 이렇게.
Well, we know one thing. The big or small, we are so much indebted to Father.
Huh?
So that we have no voice to raise. We have no voice to utter when Father scolds us. We only to happy you.
데모를 돈 주면 해도 못하겠네. 너 생각해보라. 너들 미국에 너들 닥터 더스트라든가 지금 지금 미국 책임자 말을 내가 선생님 듣고 갔더니 미국이 어떻게 될까 이만큼 될까나?
Looking back 5-10 years, look back at history. If Father followed the Dr. Durst's advice as to what Father should do in America,
네
or
사람 here.
the new salon in here, or Jim Bohman, do you think Father is where he is today?
네 사람이 we don't like Japanese members. Why following him? You're complaining your mind.
Why did Father bring a Japanese member?
I knew it.
He never said it, but inside he was saying it. Father soft.
닥터 더스 그다음 누군가 저 변호사는 그런 거죠.
Yeah, Farley Jones.
Farley Jones said, now you too say.
Saying inside, oh Father, why did you let the Japanese lead us? We can do ourselves far better. You may think like that.
일본 사람 데려온 것은 미국에 돈게다 쓰려고 데려왔지. 또 너들 전부 다 그 너들 가지고 안 되거든. 새로운 사상을 이 호리하고 말이야.
You thought.
아메리카 접착제가 필요해. 접착제가.
They need some
접착제를 쓸 테니까 어떻게 되나 말이야 이게.
some bond between the two, between we and Father to graft together. We cannot graft. We need a bond. And Japanese members can play this bond, B-O-N-D, bond to graft it.
그걸 쓸 테니까 어떻게 돼?
We got to stick to Father strongly, and Japanese can help this as a bond. And if you say, "Oh, Father, we don't need a bond," that means we don't need to be grafted. Same thing as far as Father is concerned. Father knows we cannot stick together without bond.
그 지금까지 선생님이 너들 미국에서 한 일이 잘한 일이야, 잘해 나왔어, 못해 나왔어. 이제 결론을 두고 답변.
So you look back many years in the past to see what Father did in America. Father did well, or Father still was mistaken in doing.
왜? 지금까지 어떻게 너도 얼마나 아이고 나의 Oriental guy, so they taking the Oriental concept. He didn't know the American concept.
Isn't this what you have felt?
You taking that kind of all until now, beginning until now. 이놈의 자식 뭐 노야 이놈의 자식들 전부 다.
Yes, is correct, because that's the way.
In your mind, taking complaint every time for me. 예수 지금. 너는 그런 얘기를 못하고 말이야. 너는 이런 나라를 구하기 위해서는 이런 힘이 필요한 거라고 얘기해보라고 봤어요. 너들 전부 다, 그날은 CIA 참 주목하고 말이야. 댐베리 잡으려고 했는데 그때 그런 소문내보라고.
And Father couldn't be very strong at that time because obviously they're even trying to throw Father into jail for something he didn't do, and they know it. If Father said the same thing Father is saying now, then they would be, how they would have responded. So Father couldn't say. But now, enough time has passed and enough proof was there, so Father can say.
행정부나 선대할 수 없는 시대에서 내가 선대에 가져가지고 미국 사람 젊은이들을 소화해가지고 지도할 수 있는 내버린 말밖에 없다는 걸 다 알기 때문에 이제는 미국을 위해서는 누구나 다 알 수 있는 설명의 재력을 다 갖기 때문에 원수들이 전부 다 공격할 수 있는 힘을 잃게 돼 있어.
Now Father can say what he says now and make sense because Father built all the material in the last few years that in order to save America, we need a super power. That the exertion of power. Without this power, with this force, we cannot revive America. So Father has all the material to say to the opponent.
봐라.
Why Father becomes strong with us.
정치를 해서 미국을 잡아 독재자가 된다도 70이 넘었어 이제. 어느가 70이 넘어가가지고 이제부터 정치운동 해가지고 독재자가 되었다고 선포하지 된다고 생각하는 사람 하나도 없어.
Years ago, Father was in the 50s, and they thought Father was a dictator. And he will rule the world ruthlessly. But now Father is 70s, and he has no political foundation now as of this moment. Now he has to build a political foundation to become a dictator. And nobody thinks the Reverend Moon will make it to be a dictator.
That's true.
So now it's different.
내가 무슨 말을 하든가 소련 가서 듣고 소련 말고 참 빵빵한 녀석이 이제 미국 와가지고 미국 다 죽고 이거 불사람을 뭐 무슨 얘기를 하더라도 다 뭐고 듣고 있지 반대를 해서 오게 돼 있어.
And now the American people get accustomed to Reverend Moon's talking too. In the beginning, they were bewildered. They really was agitated. But now they understand Father goes to anywhere, including Russia, and speak the same way or even stronger tone in Russia. In Russia.
Russia be silent. All country.
So
only here, only here.
The Russians were silent and heard Reverend Moon. Not a word was uttered retaliating him. So Americans now know, oh, Reverend Moon, everywhere he goes, he speaks like that. So he knows what kind of a speak about Reverend Moon gives the world.
나놓고 대통령을 주목질하고 뭐.
In that way he understands that.
하더라도 저 양반 그런 양반이라고 다 인정하게 됐지. 쫓아나가더라도 오게 돼 있다고.
When Father says, I'm going to have to educate every one of them, or I'm going to have to wipe out every one of them, they understand, oh, that's the way Reverend Moon talks.
Talks and works.
And works like that.
Good, hopeful place. That's all.
everywhere, and not just America. Everywhere he goes, he works like that. So it's accepted.
너 그거 받아들여 이놈의 자식들.
Do we accept that too?
너도 이게 예스 할 때까지 너 말은 몇 년 동안 전부 다 뜯어먹고 말이야, 벗겨먹고 말이야, 빨아먹어가지고 그랬단 말이야. 레브론을 뜯어먹고 벗겨먹고 빨아가서 먹어가지고 그래서 잊어서는 안 되는 거야.
And we have said this yes last 10 years. What happened in the last 10 years? We've said yes
Not 10 years, several decades.
several decades. We said yes, but actually we lived off Reverend Moon. Father worked so hard on the foundation,
벗겨먹고 깍대기 벗겨먹고
and we simply lived off him.
고기 뜯어먹고 피를 빨아먹어야지 했던 말이야.
We must understand that we fed on Reverend Moon's flesh and fed on Reverend Moon's blood to rise up where we are today.
스킨
And this is what had happened in the past we did.
그래가지고 예사가 됐던 말이야.
Now you come to say maybe genuinely yes this time, only with that the cage of living off Reverend Moon, the father.
응? Is that right or not?
Is that true or not? Is that right or not?
뭐라고 여기서 그 고생하고 뭐 그러는 거야. 미국을 살리려니까.
Why are we doing these? Why have Father done that? Has Father done that in decades here in American world? Only one purpose. Purpose is to save America.
나같이 이렇게 함부로 말미암아 미국이 산다.
By doing like Reverend Moon did, and all of us do the same way as Father did, America will have a hope. No other way we can work towards America.
Resurrecting. hope보다 부활이 된다. 부활.
The resurrect,
Not hope.
not the hope. Father's meaning to resurrect America, to live, to make America live once more.
After resurrecting from there, taking that hope in America. You understand?
After resurrecting, the resurrected bodies can start having hope in America.
그러니까 선생님 같이 가서 집안 돌아가서 지금까지 그랬나 하나 물어보다 다 그렇게 했어?
So, the Father worked the way Father has been. And Father told us to do the same thing. Did all of us do the same thing as Father did?
그럼 어떻게 해야 돼?
Then, what is our...
잘라버려야 돼가서 뽑고 잘라버려야 돼가서 잘라버리면 또 나올 수가 있기 때문에 뽑아버리면 못 나와. 잘라버려야 돼가서 뽑아버려야 둘 중에 하나 거야.
Then what should Father do? With the same kind of person who didn't do 10 years ago, how can he expect to do now? Should Father has two options maybe. Father would cut everyone off, or maybe uproot everyone off. If Father uproot everyone off, then he no longer can continue. But if Father cut everybody off, maybe there's a new shoot will come out of you.
New bird.
New buds will come out of you. Maybe Father should cut every one of
Cut
us
after making that 뭔가 저
and graft, make a new bud graft to our Father, not the old bud graft to Father.
어떻게 해야 돼?
Which Father should Father take? Uproot us or cut us?
그럼 어딜 자리야?
Oh, cut where?
foot? foot? 네.
At the foot or at the neck?
네. 미국을 살리는 미국을 부활시키는 다시 모가지 잘랐다가 라고 하면 모가지 잘라버리고 레브렌 같은 모가지 갖다 붙여붙이라고 해요.
To cut the neck and just to do away with and replace the neck with a neck like Father's. Oh.
Yes.
Not real fathers. Imitate.
Not the Father's the real head, but like one, Father should plant on us.
무슨 말 되겠어? 그러면 살아야지. 그러면 미국 살지만 그러지 않고는 미국이 부활해서 죽어서 죽었어. 이 부활해.
America is dead and has to be resurrected, has to be brought to life again. Resurrected, it has to, so that it can start having a hope.
너들 거리에 된 거 보라고 너 미국 젊은이들 말이야. 그 마약계 돼가지고 전부도 이거 두라고 먹어가지고 말이야. 팽개들 죽어가는 거. 누가 알코올릭 누가 죽어갔어? 누가 고아갔어?
Look at American youth, alcoholism, drugs. You see how they're
Free sex.
Free sexes, which is destroying slowly.
BP. 엔제스 해. 그걸 누가 구할 거야? 마피아?
And who can
갱스타?
who can save these?
앉아가지고 끝에 앉아가지고.
Do you think we just sit down and think about it and save them?
일생을 울고대해도 불가능해요. 울고대해도.
If we walk about crying, desperately trying to save them, maybe that's not
여기
enough.
무슨 호텔가 있지? 무슨 호텔인가? 동키호텔.
Yeah, like a Don Quixote, just challenge at the impossible things.
미국에 새로운 동키호텔들이 나타나야 돼.
So new plenty, numbers, hundreds of thousands of new Don Quixote in America should come to rise. Trying to challenge at the
그래도
crowd.
미국의 동키호텔을 그 처음부터 전쟁생활을 보면 말이야. 그 앞으로 그럴 수 있는 그런 역사의 열매가 있어야 되겠다는 그 전부 다 그 양심이 알구나 그러지 않는 생각하는 거야.
And not exactly American people go against Don Quixote. They rather go for Don Quixote. They respect it. So father feels, well, their conscience know ahead of them. At least they understand what they have to be. They should be in the future. Now.
예수님도 그리스도는 유대 나라 유대계는 동키호테야. 그걸 알아야 돼. 그런 족보도 없고 뭐 전부 다 성경도 그렇잖아. 근본도 모르고 다 그렇다.
Look at Jesus among Jewish people about the Judaism. Jesus did not have the family lineage to prove or to show. He doesn't have any foundation except the faith in the prepared people, which they refused. Jesus said nothing. It's like a Don Quixote trying to cope with the whole world single-handed.
자, 레브런은 뭐야? 이 시대의 동키호테 아니야?
And the same token, Reverend Moon is Don Quixote of the 20th century.
그렇잖아.
Isn't he? He's trying to accomplish
전부
such a
다
big task.
불가능한 일을 집중하는데 가능했다.
And everybody, frankly, thought it was difficult or impossible. But he has done it.
Father did.
Father did. That's the.
자네들 저 와싱턴 타임 할 때 아이고 모스크바 대해야 갔다 하는 걸 믿었어?
Washington Monument.
그래.
When Father did the Washington Monument, did you think success here is not the end of it, but we should move to Moscow and do the same rally years later? Has any one of us thought like that?
자, 미국을만 하는데 미국은 우리하고 한다고 할 때 그것이 다 그렇게 해서 안 됐어.
And at that time, America was perishing, Father pointed out. It needs a doctor and it needs to be helped. And we will save America. At that time, Father said that. And many people either believed or not believed. But today, did the thing happen the way Father predicted or not? Yes. It did.
자, 이제부터 10년 후의 일을 너희에게 너도 또 안 믿을 거 아니야 이놈의 자식아. 또 안 믿을 거 아니야 이놈의 자식아. 그렇게 습관화된 이놈의 자식아.
We become so much accustomed to just listening to Father, just following Father, never work on our own. And say, Father now gives us a plan, 10 years from now, this and this things will happen. We would not believe either. We believe, but we will just follow Father, and we do not ever do anything. Wouldn't it be the case?
말은 쉽지. Yes.
Yes means that no, Father, this time we're different and we will do it.
Yes.
Father saying that's easy to say yes, but how can you do now which you couldn't do 10 years ago?
지금도 의심할 거 아니야.
Now we doubt as much as we doubted 10 years ago. Is that true? No.
왜 너야? 왜? 어째서 너야?
How can you say no? Is that because we grew?
어째서?
Why? How can you say no this time? No, Father, we're not going to repeat the same mistaken pattern again. Why? How can you say? Father showed us, raised us up.
안 하면 너도 빼야 돼.
True. That is true. But if we don't do it this time, somebody else will take over.
빼야 된다.
In other words, somebody else will take away of our mission.
자, 너들 저 교구장들, 너들 주 책임자들 여기 책임자들 대신 이제 내가 미국에 있는 신학생들 얼마든지 불러들일 수 있고 교수를 얼마나 책임질 수 있는 거 알아?
Have you ever thought, stop to think, that if we don't do it, Father can replace like a theologist or scholars, somebody out in the ministers, whoever, and let them do the mission we are doing now? They can do it better.
어떻게 생각해?
What do you think about that?
어?
Do you think this is not possible or possible?
파스. 여전히 저 와시는 타임 무슨 누구 전부 다 우리 관계돼 있는 저런 사람 가지고 야야 어디 말로 사인해 하면 예사기 됐지 노하게 너들로 나 땅이 놓자 있더라.
Well, Father did many things with these people, scholars, just scholars, they take everything very serious in statements. So Father wrote all that and now put your signature on it. Did you know that they all signed?
First time signature on it. After read it.
First, Father said, first sign it and then read it afterwards, which exactly they did.
너들은.
How about you?
어?
Yes.
예수가 무슨 예수야? 그 미국 역사를 뒤집어 역사 없는 여러분 내가 많이 합니다.
So what Father is doing now and has done is something which the history never noted. There was nothing like that in the history. Not American history, nor world history. Father was the first person to do that. To do many things.
너 자신들이 사인할 수 있음과 동시에 남을 더 사인시킬 수 있어?
Maybe we can sign ourselves because we have a faith. But do we have ability enough to make other people sign? Because we tell them, now you sign it. Do you think you can make other people sign?
Yes.
응? 왜 가만히 있어?
You can sign because you're righteous, but can you make other people?
길거리에 나가서 거지들은 내가 쌀 거야.
As
거지들은 내가 쌀 거야. 주지사 타고 앉고 대학교 총장을 쥐고 갈 사이야.
Would you just choose any hobo walking in the street to make him sign, or would you go to the right at the state, the governor's office and make the governor sign?
가만히 세네터.
Governors, senators, all these leader type people.
You take my way. 아야, 큐. 아메리카에서 그럽니다. 후세. 이놈아, 리라, 뭐하겠니? 아무 양반, 유연 teaching what's in this America. That is council of education. Isn't it?
Yes.
더 나와서 빨리. 그런 배짱 있어?
Do you have that kind of guts?
Yes.
Are you so confident what you stand for?
나 그럴 수 있다는 사람. 자신적으로 누가 권고 명령하셔 내 자발적으로 그럴 수 있는 자신 있다 하는 사람 손들어.
Who has confidence? Spontaneously I can do that. Nobody has to tell me to do that. But if I really deeply think about it, doing it, I can do it. Who has that confidence? Raise your hand.
How many members?
How many members can you
5 members raise your right hand. 5 members.
make this sign up?
10 members. Those 2 legs represent 10 members. Body and all organ including 100 parts. How many members can do it?
One hand is 5 members, 2 hands 10 members, 4 limbs 20 members. Everything will be 100 members.
Minor, proceed! 너네 나를 대표를 다시 내게 탄카시! 너네 처음 나오는 대접을 해! 너 뭐라고 포크나 해보냐, 룩, 다운, 그래야 돼. 편하지라? 이제?
Yes.
Go ahead, see. Quotation, we're supposed to read. Who? 바닥 가봤는데 없었는 거야. 야란데야? 내 유인성을 find out. 야란데야? 해? 이것은 위안 공부를 wrong. 그죠?
Real.
No. Special. Time. Crossing forth. Yes. 됐네? 어이가 틀리더라. 어디? How can we do that? You understand?
Yes.
설마 with this up. 그래. 이런 말하기 어떻게 싫지?
So this kind of a talk we don't like, do we?
Very good. I like it.
아메리카 one country is important.
There's one country which is important, is America.
American leading all over the world country. Especially youth want to come here.
America is
Want to see
ideal
the American country,
for the world youth.
the American youth action. They are following ignorantly. Following. How is making that worst result? You think about that. Making them sick for humanity. Who can cut out? Who can go into this correct? Who can prevent them? Anyone that knows it? You know that we have the theoretical cause. How can prevent it? Well, you know it. We was. 사람도 보고 대부분 이스라엘 편안해라 편안해라 understand?
Yes.
더 내리지 않을 거라 행동. 그럼 몇 사람이나 사인할래?
So Father, we will not go on and on this. But how many members do you pledge to sign up? Or you have a confidence to sign up? Nobody has to tell you how many. But in yourself, how many members you are confident in witnessing to and signing up?
자, 정하라.
Let's decide here, on our own, how many members would be the practical numbers we can sign up?
사인한 사람
Set a goal.
사인한 사람 한 달에 모두 100불 이상씩은 매달 헌금을 하여야 돼요.
And while we do that, at least we should make a donation of every month, at least $100
그러자면 미국 먹고요.
to the central fund.
뭐라? 레버런이 얼마나 돈이 많아서 미국 2억 4천만을 계획 씌울 수 없어. 미국 사람이 돈을 내야 되는 거야.
No matter how much revenue Moon may have now, still never enough to educate 240 million Americans from the scratch. Americans
How much
have
need
to
money?
take
Quantity
initiative.
money.
How much money do we need?
Every time cannot Reverend did Reverend not pay for educating 240 million people in America. Now that America new understood for surviving depression, learned depression by me. Now in this time, America taking payment way. Otherwise, no way. So we need money. You understand?
Yes. So we need money in America.
너들 저 망해가는 미국 사람 젊은이들 몇 사람 들고 가는 게 한 사람을 사인하고 한 사람을 살려줄 수 있는 교육할 수 있는 비용, 내가 살릴 수 있는 비용을 우리가 쓰겠다는 거야. 그들을 위해서 내란 거야. 그건 정당한 거야.
What Father is saying is nobody is give the money to educate the young members who are recently saved here in a declining American youth. We save them and we have to educate them. You know, to educate them we need money. And that money is not going to come from Father all the time. Instead, we have to provide the money with which we can educate American youth.
사인한 사람이 한 사람이 10사람, 100사람 함으로 말하면 미국에 사는 거야. 또 그 100사람, 100사람 함으로 사는 거야.
So not only one, but 10, but 100. Then that 100 in turn will bring in another 100. Only this way America can live, can be saved.
그러지 않고는 없어.
Without
말만.
without actually this happening, we will just talk and talk and talk year after year. Never can accomplish anything. But this one time, we have to actually accomplish.
이제는 그럴 때가 왔어.
Let's get the work done. This is that time. This is that time now.
선생님이 영원히 세상에 살아있는 것도 아니야.
And Father doesn't live forever here on earth with a physical body.
이걸 하야만 내가 없더라도, 내가 죽더라도 선생님의 뜻과 하나님의 뜻이 지상에 남는 거야.
Only fulfilling this tradition, set this up as a tradition, even Father will go to the spirit world and live forever there. God's will and the Father's will be done here on earth. If we don't do that, God's will and Father's will not be done on earth.
무슨 말이겠어?
Do we understand?
그러니까
예.
미국 사람이나 일본 사람이나 모든 가정을 가진 사람이나 아들, 딸이나 소학교, 국민학교 학생들까지도 이런 사상을 중삼고 삼촌, 사촌, 아는 선생 끌어내는 운동을 해야 돼.
So those who have the family, big family, small family, they have to, their own family members, their own relatives. This thought that we are about to introduce America, they too must inherit this thought and practice Otherwise, America cannot have a future. It's a concrete thing. It's not a conceptual thing. We need to bring many people, and that many people in turn has to make an impact to many more people to bring them in the thought which Father is reducing. This is the only way America can live again.
무슨 말이라서?
Do you follow what Father is trying to point out?
어? 그거 할 거야 안 할 거야?
And this is all we are about to deal with. Are we going to do that or not?
Yes.
왜 예수야?
Why should you say yes? Why?
미국이 망하면 안 된다. 미국이.
Because America simply cannot afford to perish. Father should not let America to perish. We should not let America to perish. That is why.
그 말에 돼. 앞에 가던 사람이 뒤로 돌아가면서 애들이 꼴레리 되는 걸 알아야 돼. 원래는 저는 부끄러움을 감수하지 않는 미국은 장애로
We have to look at simple way as this. When a line of people advance in one way, and then there is a time in the history which you say, about face, that means in military way, go around and go different direction. Who was fast, the first, is going to be the last. Apply this American situation. America has been the leader of the whole world. But then, when the time of transition comes, when God says go around, about face and walk this way around, America all of a sudden find he's the last in the rank, which is very embarrassing, very hurting of the self-pride.
Very shameful situation.
Very shameful, they think. But
제일이 당대네. 여러분 같지 않습니까?
But Americans, without being able to overcome that shame, so-called shame, it's not a shame, but shame, let's call it, and that do away with the self-pride, and be even grateful. Oh God, you came to make me understand which I never understood. We're grateful for God.
누굴 데리고 선두에 가는 얘기야.
And
너들 데리고 선두로 가려고 해서 일본과 미국, 한국을 선두로 가려고 이게 이제 아마.
And this is what is happening to America. Now, who did Father wanted to bring ahead of that new rank? Namely you, we, Father, as
코리안, Japan, 아메리카,
Korean, Japan, America,
America,
centering on this.
represent other situation. Japan is represent the English nation.
Members,
Persian.
members of these three nations, namely us, Father wanted to bring and let them stand in front of everybody in a new rank.
일본 통일교에서는 한국 통일교시고 미국 통일 연합을 내고 다 지역 차별을 갈 거야. 그걸 수술해야 갈 거야. 미국은.
So should we just do away with all, or should Father bring them up once more, just to rearrange it once more?
한국 통일교에서 일본 통일교에서 미국 통일교에서 다 통일교에서 다 죽여버릴 거야. 데려갈 거야.
The Korean, the Unified Church members, Japanese Unified Church members, should we just do away with that, or including American members of the Unification Church?
버스리 빌런트, 레벨 문, 테이크아웃, 스탠딩 센터, 버스.
And they're not adequate yet.
뉴욕한
Should Father, should we do away with them, or do them, they rearrange them, and start all over again?
그러려면 미국을 처음 그저 붙들고 선생님 조금만 기다려서 조금만 그 통곡을 하고 몸부림치고 한 시간만 한 달만 시간 줘서 이룰 수 있는 마음이 불타야 돼.
This is where we, Father, wait a few more months, give us a few months more time, where we can prove ourselves worthy.
Cry out, cry out.
And then really, literally cry out in want of few more months during which we pledge, Father. We understand if you cut us off right now, but give us a few more months.
그런 때야, 그런 때.
This is that serious time today.
그런 때라고.
Now is the time.
미국이 안 하니까
We should cling on to Father.
공산당이 말이야. 공산당은 전부 다 이거 장자야. 장자. 이거 우리는 아베리부터 찾아야. 장자 찾아 해가지고 장자가 잘못을 알고 지금 아주 회개하고 부모님 모시고 앞장서게 되면 어떡해?
The Russian people, they are the elder sons. We, being able, the second sons. But the elder son now repent so deeply because of what they have not known, so they haven't done. So when they, what if they try to repent to Father deep enough, to heaven deep enough, and say, we will serve you and we will do what you wish us to do? When that happens, what are we going to do?
서로는 도당만 하려면 전부 다 돌아가. 미군 허리케인 얼마나 컴플리케이트한
And the Russians have their advantages too, as you know. They are well organized, very well organized the organization. All you have to do is just push a button from the up. Everything will work like a machine. Not in a democratic country. How many buttons you have to push? How many minds you have to please to make any small thing happen? 240 million buttons we have to push, or more. Each has more than a dozen buttons to push.
여러 생각해. 서비스 people have made one dollar. Everywhere say one dollar. The push down owner, one dollar shop, all come. One taking out one. But American but how many? 그러니까 서로한테 질 수 있는 단계에 들어오는 거예요.
Very real situation.
그럼
Russia can.
공산세계가 전부 다 예브레물 전부 다 크레브리 공정에다가 범부를 만들고 전부 다 종교를 토일하면 거기 가야 되겠나? 여기 앉아가지고 미국 사람들 비평받고 여기 앉아서 해야 되겠나?
When the Russia opens up their mind and say, forget about communism, now we're going to God. You know, the whole system going to God. And the things are happening so fast. Should we still linger on here and be persecuted here?
크레브리 공정에 범부를 만들어 놓고 초대하는데 가야 되겠나? 안 가야 되겠나? 여기서 반대하고.
And the Kremlin have a headquarters set up there to welcome us. Should we go there or not? Should
Not,
we go there?
not welcome us. Welcome Reverend Moon only.
Welcome Reverend Moon there. Should Father go there or not?
Yes.
And here being persecuted.
그럼 미국은 어떻고? 미국은 어떻고?
What about America then?
그럴 때가 가까웠기 때문에 너들은 맡기고 이런 죄집을 해놓아야 되거든.
That day, believe it or not, is coming rather soon. This is why Father is saying this now. Father should make some arrangement here. Father would let us do it, what Father has been doing until now.
자, 그걸 처리해놓고 가야 되겠나? 내버려 그냥 내버려 가야 되겠나?
Should Father make some arrangement here before he leaves? Or Father will just take off without saying, and whatever will become America, I don't know. Should Father say that?
아메리카 미국 사람들 취지가 있던데 보따리 사가지고 인사들 도망가잖아. 난 그러잖아.
This is one intriguing thing Father found here in America. All Orientals find it in America. When they go away, they don't even so much say goodbye. They just leave. And that's a very, very bad thing to do. Very offending thing to do. Very against courtesy.
나는 그렇다.
Should Father do the same? No. But one thing Father will never do. When Father leaves here, Father would say that he's leaving.
이건 너 태우고 좀더 커가지고 저보다 맞는 거 배후에 누가 컨트롤했는데 모르지 너들.
We don't know what really took place between Notewu and Gorbachev's meeting, which happened so unexpectedly.
김영삼의 그거 태우 저 특사가 말이야. 3월 18일 때 가가지고 지금까지 3월 18일까지 지금까지 지금 얼마야? 몇 달 동안이야? 그 두 달도 못 돼가지고 레브린 만났고 말이야. 레브린 만난 후에 얼마야? 서른이 그렇게 그 기생집절 그 정적 없이 그렇게 행동할 수 있어? 왜 그런지 알아?
When the envoy, special envoy, Kim Young-sam from Korea went to Gorbachev, that was 18th of March.
Went there, and look at, in mere 2 months, between this time, Father met him, and now the Notel meets him. Do you think all of these things will happen just like that?
그 세계 배워서 선생님이 무슨 일을 하고 있다 영향을 주고 있다는 거지. 세계가 이렇게 변화하는데 선생님이 영향이 얼마나 큰 걸 알아야 한다.
Father's influence is ubiquitous. It's there.
그
No
수석이
way anyone can get away from it.
어떻게 그런 영향을 미쳐? 이번에도 말이야. 거기 중요한 3인자 되는 사람이 말이야. 내가 이 와싱턴 가게 될 때 전부 다 나를 방문하는 거야. 방문하는데 거기에 뭐 시큐리티 멤버 몇이 10명을 들어가지고 전부 뒤구고 야가 못 살아서.
So
그런 사람들이 뭐 예를 들면 방문을 해. 공식 전부 다 회담을 주고 삼고 전부 다 출동 마음대로 못하는 그런 환경을 외치고도 만나지 않으면 안 되겠다고 봐. 왜 찾아올 거야? 그런 거 코바지부가 알았을까 몰랐을까?
So this number 3 man, the man, the visit father in Washington and in here, father, they visit father, and when they do visit that,
이번 부시 코바지부 회담 얘기를 해야지.
those number 3 person, the same group of people who came along with Gorbachev to see Bush, those party now come to see father. When they did, do you think Mr. Gorbachev knows or not? He doesn't know.
No.
He knows. Mr. Gorbachev doesn't have anywhere to go. He knows it. The world knows that they are totally inadequate to lead the people. Lead himself.
레브런 떡개비 같은 언제 이렇게 썰은 강요에 저 안방까지 저래 가져가지고 또 코바저부저보다 그저 에펜에 선물 주는 것도 뭐 KGB, CIA가 반대하는 자리 전부 다 해쳐버리고 전부 다 그 부인이 내가 준 선물 받으려고 해서 받아가지고 가고.
And the father not only
그다
that,
수수곡 같은 얘기가 전부 다 뭐가 되냐면 레브런물이 언제 이렇게 썰은 최고 꼭대기까지 연결됐나 그 수수곡이야.
give a gift to the Mrs. Gorbachev. And Mrs. Gorbachev, in spite of all their intelligence organizations, KGBs, and said, please do not accept that. But she ignored totally.
KGB and CIA members.
And the CIA as well.
Taking the
Tell her not to receive a gift here in America.
cannot crossing to her.
Cannot get across that to her. But she says she opposes all the opposition and say, no, I will receive it. What makes this happen? So as a result of that, the people really are surprised that they don't understand how these things came to happen.
KGB는 말이야.
When Reverend Moon made that foundation.
레브런문이 저 선물을 가져왔다는 거. 우리는 용사인데 미국 CIA는 어떻게 생각하냐? 미국 CIA가 오케이 되면 오케이다. 그러고 있는 거야 현장에서.
And there, right at the spot, KGB said, first they said, no, we will not accept. Then they said, yes, we will accept, because Mrs. Gorbachev says we will accept. But ask the CIA, what about you? Any opposition on your part? So right where this gift was given by father.
거의 할수 없는 거야. 프리패스.
So it passed freely and then went to Mrs. Gorbachev. This influence, many people around there is surprised. I mean, it's incredible. Without anybody's knowing, no CIA, no intelligence organization know. When Reverend Moon made this foundation, it's like a ghostly foundation. Tokebi is none other than the ghostly entity. Doesn't have a body. Nobody knows how he works, but he works. He works very fast. That's Tokebi. And that's the only explanation they can give. Like a Tokebi,
자, 너들
these things happen.
선생님이 그런 일을 할 수 있는 능력이 있다고 봐, 없다고 봐 이놈 자식들아.
What is your assessment or our assessment towards the Father? Father can do the things of that nature well or not?
Yes.
너들은 뭐 누구 가서 저 사인 받아라 하면 레브런문이 죽기 전에 받아왔나 받아왔나.
When Father tells if Father tells us to go and get your sign,
하나님이 말이야 레브런문.
when God will say Reverend Moon and say, you visit so and so and get the signature from him, do you think Father will get the signature or not?
너도 그래.
We know Father will. How about you? When Father tells us to get the signature, are we going to get that or not?
딴 사람들 대학 들으면서 저 있다는 거 있습니다.
Yes or maybe? Why are those people who are smiling? Is it because he's so confident or is it because Maran is smiling?
사인할 거야 안 할 거야?
Serious question. His father tells us that you go visit someone and get the signature. Are we going to get the signature or not?
왜 어째서?
Why?
그 레브런 비즈니스 웨이야. 레브런이 뭐야? 아메리카 세이빙 비즈니스 웨이야.
Is that because Reverend Moore is so powerful and we have to listen to him regardless of our feeling? Or is this the saving of America literally depends on this? Maybe we will say we don't want to do it, but we will say yes, Father, I will do it. Which one is it? First or second?
Maybe가 아니라 maybe. It's not maybe.
It's
It
not a-
should be. It could be. Must.
It's a must be. It's no maybe. We never work on maybe.
무슨 말 들겠어?
Do you understand?
Must be.
When Father tells us to do and expect that, then we must do that.
You understand?
Yes.
Otherwise, no way.
Otherwise, there's no way of getting to America.
Must be. What are you doing? Must be. Receiving. Signature. Oh, American leader. High level. 내가 준비 다 해놨어. 뭐주 상하에는 뭐 몇천 명씩 다 교육해놨다고.
Father is not saying you go ahead and do that and I'll watch. No. Father already worked way ahead of us to reach those state senators and congressmen and federal senator and national congressmen, senators,
3분의 1인다.
all the people in the important position. Almost 1/3 of them. Father has done preliminary work to them. We all know that, don't we?
국가 군인들은 전부 다 3,300명 되는 장성급 저 스타 체육 장성 다 교육해놨어. 내가 사인하려면 레브런문이 부탁하면서 나를 보내서 하게 된다면 말이야 사인 안 하게 안 돼 있어. 사인하게 돼.
And the retired generals through our security meetings.
3,500명 그래
3,000, in excess of 3,500 the retired generals, admirals, Air Force generals. Now, when Father asks us to go to one of them and get their signature, and we go there and say, Reverend Moon tells me to get a signature from you, they won't say no.
여기 페더럴 캐피탈 힐에 있는 상원의원 하원 앞으로서 내가 사인하려면 안 하면 안 되게 돼서 내가 반대 보고
And the senators and congressmen in Capitol Hill too. When Father tells us, you go there and visit so-and-so and get the signature, they cannot help. They should sign. If they don't sign, they know they're going the unrighteous way. They know that they will not go get support of Reverend Moon. In fact, that he will go against it.
그래서 그때는 저 신문사 사장 가보는 땐 워싱턴 타임즈 대보구라우가 서울에서 왔습니다. 그리고 오나들은 레브런 문이 이 두 분이 의논해가지고 보내서 왔습니다. 난 그분의 신분꾼입니다 이러는 거야. 그래서
When the Boschgraf come to visit these people, then say, Reverend Moon sent me. Or if we go, then it said, Reverend Moon and the Boschgraf sent me. I am mere servant of these two people. That's why we introduce ourselves to the senator or congressman.
여기도 이제 아카데미 이제 PWP라든가 아이코스 멤버들은 말이야. 전부 다 그건 뭐 명령이나 전 세계 사인 뭐 수천 뭐 수만 명 들어온다고.
And these professors who are joined through the ICUS meeting, the science conference, PWPA2, when they go out and get the signatures, thousands of people literally will come forth through them.
우리 단체가 세계 단체가 얼마나 많아.
We have so many organizations, and so many organizations did so many different things in the past, all with a clear impact.
무슨 만들겠어?
Do you understand? Yes. Father already approached them earlier than we are about to go now.
네, 수십만 명이 사인돼가지고 한 사람에 100만 명은 100불씩 얼마야?
And each person who gets a signature, we get a $100 donation from him. And if you get 100 people, that would be $10,000.
네, 10,000, 1 million.
And
얼마 같은데?
10,000 of them is $1 million.
백불이니까 10,000명의 100불이면 100만 불이지.
The 100 of that 10,000 will be the $1 million.
백불인가?
네, 100불에 100명, 만 불, 한 사람 100사람 하면은 만 불입니다.
100만 불이야?
만 명, 100만 불.
그러니까
만 명이면 1억.
돈을 얼마나 쓰고 있나 보라. 그동안 돈을 얼마 썼나 말이야.
But you know, maybe you don't know, but you know now that the father spent the tens of thousands of times more money than that already to them, for them. It's not so much money we ask.
너 지금 와시는 타임에다가 언론 계정에 한 1년에 매달 1,100만 불 들어가.
Every single month, $11 million father has been spending to upkeep Washington Times
그리고 이제 언론 간다. 언론.
and the rest of the media organizations we run now.
그걸 8년 동안 계속해. 8년.
Father has been doing that for 8 years. Every single month, that much money goes in. It's not we don't have the money, we're asking them to donate $100. You see that?
어떻게 생각해? 선생님 얼마나 헤비 버든을 지고 이것을 쓰러지지 않고 이만큼 온 것이.
Did we so much worry about where the money come from? No, no. But Father has been bearing all that burden on himself. He wobbles, but Father never fell down. But how difficult it is to bear that heavy burden on the shoulder every single day.
미국 체 통역이던 선생님 와서 어이구 도와줬어. 내가 도와주는 주인이야? 자기들은 날 도와줘야 돼. 그걸 알아야 돼.
All the American members here, the president of HSA, vice president of HSA, they come in a group, they come 2, 3 together. Every time want Father to assist him the money, they cannot dare say because they already know spiritually, Father is already too heavily burdened. So they cannot say.
자, 미국 식구들이 어디 와시는 타임에다가 신문사도 얼마 헌금했어.
How much did the American church or Americans donate to the Washington Times?
어? 얼마 했어?
How much money?
Didn't pay. One penny.
Father is not the father to give away money. No. That's not Father's main work, to give away money.
부끄러 빚진 사람은 부끄러운 거예요. 머리를 숙여야지.
We are indebted. What is the proper attitude of indebted people? Proud? No. Ashamed. The sense of being ashamed. We just cannot even bear to stand in front of him because I owe him. When we owe something to somebody, then we are ashamed.
너도 와싱턴 타임 자랑하고 뭐저 와싱턴에 가게 된 미디어 센터에 자랑하고 와싱턴에 큰 하나의 힘의 광맥이 다이아몬드 광맥같이 나타났는데 그걸 볼 때에 내 자신이 몇 풍력이 걱정했어. $100, $1,000, $10,000, 몇십만 불, 몇백만 불, 몇천만 불 했나? 몇 억. 그걸 생각해야 된다고.
When the Washington Times and all the related the media organization is rising up now, it's almost like a gold mine of influence. You can influence so much directly to every leader, including every president of the world. So much influence. But come to think of it, how much have I helped that Washington Times to come up?
그 록펠러가 나보다 부자야, 부자 아니야?
Not we were talking about, the American, rich American. Are there many rich Americans or not? Many millionaires or not? Many. Who is more rich, Rockefeller or Father? Rockefeller has so much money here in America. Did he help even one penny to the cause of Washington Times?
그런 사람들은 레버넌은 바보로 생각하고
They think, oh, Reverend Moon, it suits me fine, they will think.
매달 그런
He's a
돈을
fool.
내서 하는 얘기야.
He doesn't know the better way of spending money. That's what they're thinking.
한 푼이라도 왜 안 해? 생각하는 거야. 그 사람들은 미국을 잃어버리고 나중에는 자기 돈도 잃어 사람까지 잃어버리지만 레브런만 가는 데는 미국도 찾고 사람도 찾고 돈도 갖는.
Think which course Mr. Rockefeller is going. I mean, the rich person, rich American is going. Eventually, sooner or later, they're going to lose their money,
네이션
and they're going to lose the nation.
and
The
their
money
people,
goes with the nation,
their people,
and the people goes away too.
money too.
Money too. What are they going to be left behind? Nothing. They lose everything. What about Reverend Moon? Reverend Moon is about to gain America back, gain the people back. Where does money go? Money stays with the country and the people.
그럴 것 같아?
Would it not be the logical reasoning?
누가 클리바, 누가 스마트한 사람이야?
Who is smarter? The existing world is about to go in a certain direction. We know it's going to go a certain direction. Matter of time. Lose everything, whereas we are about to gain everything back. That's God's strategy, we know. Who been a wiser path? Father and we when we follow.
Father and you.
Father and we.
You? Is that true?
Yes.
너들이 그랬어?
But are we confident about that?
Yes.
Have we been confident in the past?
자, 그럼 와싱턴 타임 이제부터 한 달에 300불씩 내려면 낼 거야?
So Washington Times, if we are asked to come up with the $300 a person to donate to Washington Times, are we going to do that?
Yes.
Every month.
Every month, that is, not just one time.
그래 1년에 3,600불이 아무것도 아니야.
But the $300 is 1 month, 1 year is only $3,600.
그 돈은 일주일 이내에 우린 다 볼 수 있는 능력을 다 한둘해지면 아주.
And each one of us, because of the fundraising experience, we are capable, perfectly capable of making this amount of money, $3,600 in 1 month.
300불 할 거야?
In 1 week.
흠적 300불 흠적하나 3,000불 흠적.
How much do we
Jim,
set?
Bob.
Should we set it like
Jim.
$300 or $3,000? We set our donation every month
Every
to
month?
Washington Times.
3,000 is possible, but fundraising, 100%.
야, less money you welcome, much money you welcome. Which one?
Which one would you welcome? The smaller the amount is better, or larger the amount the better?
그러려면 어떻게 되냐? 죽을 힘을 내 반에도 일해야지.
There's a way. If you decide, then we have to work in the night.
선생님은 몇 시간 일하고 몇 시간 잔지 알아?
Do we know how much time, how many hours Father works, and how many hours Father sleeps?
시간이 없어.
Father never counted it. There's
밤이고
no time
새벽이고
Father
뭐 시간이 없어.
sleeps. Every time Father wakes, Father is working.
오늘 아침에 일찍 일어나가지고 전부 다 일본에 전화하고 전부 다 이러고 저러고 그럽니다.
Father woke up early in the morning today.
3시 반이면 일어나. 4시 전에.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then Father called to Japan and talked over the telephone. All morning, then he came down to ceremony, and all morning Father's been doing that.
일생을 그렇게 살았다.
And all Father's life, Father's been living like that.
문제가 있을 때 내가 일생을 사는 거야.
In order to stir up and create the good problems, to stimulate the problems, Father always stood on the front line. Father never sat in the back line and just talked to us to do
여기
something.
보이박이라든 또 누구 지도자들 전부 다 지인이라든 누구 전부 다 소화만 해서 나가 데려와. 나 설득하는 거야.
And Boy Park, Jim, and whoever had a difficulty dealing with the outside person, Father has been telling them, bring them up to me. So Father worked very hard to persuade them. It's Father who did it.
일본에 원하치로도 일본에서 지금 현재 이 전부 다 당적으로 2인자 다음에 수상될 수 있는 후보가 여기다 이 와싱턴 오는데 일본은 방문할 때는 시간이 없는 걸 까먹는다고 그랬다.
아.
26일 되는 거야. 그때 내가 한국 간다고.
The second person in Japanese political arena, only next to the prime minister now. He's going to be a prime minister next term. He is visiting on the 26th of this month to America, and he offered to visit father. And father said, no, I won't be here in America at that time. Father won't be. So father just is not going to see him.
너들은 어디래?
What about us?
너도
We,
물어보던 그게 잘 들어오지?
we can come almost any time to see father. Jim and everybody who's sitting here can visit with him any time when father is there. We come to see him.
그것을 만들어서
Do you know what this means? Father is opened up to us and he continued to grow us.
이제는 대학교 총장 클래스만은 대할 수 있고 대통령을 해먹은 사람, 그런 사람들, 그다음에 정당 대표들, 그다음에 전직 대통령 한 사람들 외에는 대할 수 없는 시대로 들어가고 있는 거예요.
There will be we are going into the time where Father probably will see only those who have been the president of universities, those who've been the president of a country, the former presidents, and like high-ranking people, who Father will see them alone.
세계적이야.
The world level people,
그 유니피케이션 아니야, 세계적이야.
not the unification church level people.
그 유니피케이션 처치는 거기에 한 파트밖에 안 되는 거야.
Unification church can be an important part of overall structure, but it's not all of the overall
그런
structure.
책임자 그때는 책임자 하나밖에 탄생.
At that kind of a meeting, Unification Church will be represented, but not many like we are today. Only one. One will take representation and gather in the meeting.
그것을 만들겠어?
Do you follow? That day
그러다 그런
is this kind of time now.
시간이 없어, 선생님 시간이 없다.
Father has still so many things to do to integrate all things here in the world. Not enough time for Father to see so many different people. Now Father has to close down.
그때 선생님이 이렇게 이런 말씀을 했는데 이뭐 추모되는 모든 사건이 많지만은 나는 거기에 낙제한 사람이라는 것을 인정하지 않을 수 있는 때가 올 거야.
Now we see Father telling this, project ourselves in 10 years from now and say, well, Father told me to do that, but did I do it? Then if we don't do it, then we have to acknowledge that we are the loser in 10 years later. This is the turning point where we stand sitting on now. Imagine 10 years from now.
만들겠어?
Do you follow?
Yes.
10 years go very quickly. We have only so many years to do.
선생님이 찾아갈 나라가 뭐냐면 말이야. 한국은 물론이고 일본도 물론이고 미국을 중심 삼고 이랬기 때문에 그다음에 독일을 중심 삼고 지금까지 노력했기 때문에 뭐 방문할 수 있는 이 네 나라만 연결시켜 가지고 썰어를 끌어내면 다 끝나는 거야.
So Father has been working very much on Korea, Japan, America. America, a very important country, even to this day. And the Father has been working on Germany. Among these 4 countries, Father will travel.
소련.
And add one more country, which is Russia. And 5 countries all Father need to work at to rearrange the world.
그 사람들 그 사람들 전부 다 이제 지금 이렇게 했는데 앞으로는 세계가 전부 다 때가 다 이제 그런 모든 대표적 책임자를 다 끝나서 같은 시대가 오게 된다면 전부 다 180개 국가가 전부 다 등장하는 거야. 그때 미국도 한 나라 대표요, 한국도 한 나라 대표, 일본도 한 나라 대표요, 소련도 한 나라 대표요, 그다음에 독일도 한 나라 대표로 오는 거야 이게.
But when the purpose of all is done, all countries will be represented. At that time, America will be just one country. All 100-some countries to be represented. So is Japan, so is Germany, and so on.
세계를 하나 만들어야지.
The world has to come into unity, and Father has to make that happen. Is that true?
그래, 너들이 앞장설 거야, 세계 지도자를 앞장 세울 거야.
Now, do we know our meaning? Are we going to be the front to accomplish that? Or are we going to let the existing people who lead the country now, let's say the presidents of the country and so forth, let them do it, even without so much deeply understanding God's idea. Let them do it, and we lose the opportunity.
봐라. 한국에서도 레브런 문 빼놓게 되면 선거 때에 내가 협조해주는 사람이 대통령 되고, 일본서도 우리 조직이 협조할 땐 대통령 수상이 되고, 미국도 내가 주동한 사람이 수상되고, 독일도 내가 주동한 사람이 수상되게 돼 있다. 소련도 내가 지원한 사람이 수상되게 돼 있다. 대통령이 됐다.
So look at today, Korea, some will run for presidency. It is who father supports him be elected as a president. Japan too, when there's a general election, the candidate whom father supports will become a president. Here in America too, who father supports and give blessings will become a president. Germany too, Russia too. The world now knows that. Even vaguely they know, oh, whoever Reverend Moon pushes, he's elected.
그 믿어져?
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? Can you know it?
Do we know it now?
Is the father good or not? Good or not? 그것을 만들겠어?
Do you follow?
그런 색을 만들어야 돼. 그런 색을 만드니까 너들 이제부터 때려머리에 나갔다.
It become already visible. The tendency is very much there. Now we have to make sure that this law always works. We have to make it
요때가 말이야.
happen.
때도 투나 캐칭 시즌의 시즌 피시하게 그와 마찬가지로 이 세계적 사람들 참 피싱할 때가 바로 요 몇 개월이야.
Father knows time. That's what Father knows like nobody else knows. Father knows time. Like catching tuna. Tuna is a seasonal fish. You can't catch tuna in January. Now is the time to approach to many people, many political figures now. Father knows this is the time.
Especially high level.
High level people, next few months to come. This is the time where Father has to approach and make impact to them.
Father with good bait.
Father has already good bait.
You understand? One time hear the beam in that here.
So whenever the high officials hear about Father say, they are so happy.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Can catch big fish or not?
That way, can you catch a big fish or not?
Yes.
That's something they like most.
너 투나 잡아본 사람 들어봐.
Those who caught tuna in the past, raise your hands.
Many people had experience for catching tuna.
Many people have an
This is more
experience
than
catching tuna.
catching tuna. Seriously.
And this is more serious than catching tuna. But the same thing.
몇 명? 정하자. 몇 명?
We then will decide on how many people we witness to. We bring the signature to. How many? Each one. Let's decide it here.
그 써내라.
Instead of Father saying,
써.
you do so many. Instead, we write down how many.
이거 그 써내고.
Take a piece of paper yourself.
하루 7시부터 맞기 때문에 써내고 말이야. 이제 점심때가 오기 때문에 그 써내고 점심 먹고 그다음에 또 계속하자.
So we started at 7 o'clock this morning, and we write down how many members we will, I decide to bring in. And
이거는 안 하면 되고.
with a notebook, jot down the piece of notebook, and bring it down here. And after that, we'll have lunch, then have a lunch break, then we'll continue in the afternoon.
한 시간씩.
About 1 hour, a little over 1 hour, we'll have lunch. 몇 달 동안에 하는 겁니까?
3개월이네.
3 months.
During 4 days.
During this 40 days, next 40 days.
Signatures.
아?
New members or paper, signature to father's paper? Top level.
High level,
탑레벨.
everyone.
무슨?
사인 받는 거는 이제 누구의 사인, 전 사인, 회원 사인 받는 거.
아, 그거 받아. 그건 뭐 모르겠다.
Well, that father didn't say anything yet. Get the signature.
해봐줄게. 폼을, I
We'll be
give the
given the
form.
paper.
Only write on that side.
So how many write it down and pledge it to yourself? Having to
거기
God.
주지사, 그 책임자, 변호사, 대법원, 판사, 하이레벨.
State governor, state senators, the congression, the congressmen and senators, U.S.
사업가다.
senators,
사업가다.
the high-ranking the business people, judges, in this kind of a category, high leadership.
너들 친척 가운데 있으면 그야 물론 나가 데려야지. 친척이든 누구 아는 사람 소개받아가지고 전국에 있는 모든 요령이 줄 수 있는 사람을 전부 다 몰아내야 갖다.
And if your relative happens to be one, so much the better. You will have a probably easier time because you can really confront with your relative.
사인하는 사람 중에 클럽을 통해가지고 연대 사인트가 자꾸 불어나는 거야.
So let them go about the same thing too. We will do that. So please write it down. Next 40 days to come, how many you should get the signature? Pledge it to yourself and heaven.
그리고 그 N 아래다가는 말이야. 그 N 아래다는 괄호하고 몇 사람 지금까지 통일교회에 전도했습니다. 전도한 인원수라고.
And at the end, the following, the bottom line in your pledge number,
괄호하고.
parentheses, put parentheses. I have witnessed to so many members of the Unification Church.
몇
Witness
사람.
to, like if there's 15, write down 15. That means I have already witnessed 15 members. I am the spiritual parents of 15 spiritual sons and daughters.
하늘에서 모아.
Or 100, then you put 100, and so forth.
그래서 일주일 이상 수련 받고 3주일 수련까지 끝낸 사람들을 말하는 거야.
But this number means those who became a member and finished 1 week training and 3 weeks training.
알겠어?
So if he has not received the 3 weeks training, it doesn't count.
이것은 여러분들
21 day, 21 day workshop, graduate, counted as one.
그래가지고 그 명단들을 전부 다 써내고 명단 그다음에 이름과 이력서를 써내라 할 때 올 때로 올 거예요.
And maybe Father will ask you to submit the roster of this number. If you put 15, then who are they? And their personal history. There will be a time.
어디를 보내더라도 그냥 출동해야 될 거다. 그 멤버들은
And those members will be mobilized too.
네, 소련도 보내고 위성국가 다 보내고 중공도 보내고 몰라.
And where Father will mobilize, nobody knows. Not Father. Father doesn't know either. Maybe he's sent to Russia. Maybe he's sent to Middle East. Maybe, Father will send them to South America. These numbers,
미국에 있는 사람들도 그렇지. 너들 모르는 가운데 소련 전부 다 중요 도시에 배치했고 위성국에 중요 도시를 배치했기 때문에 그들이 지금까지 이 소련 붕괴시키는데 얼마나 공헌했는지를 모를 거라고. 그런 일을 세계를 이제 평화의 세계를 인도할 수 있는 이런 특정 인물들을 선택해서 온 세계에 빨리 배치해야 할 사명이 우리에게 있는 거야.
We never understand how instrumental role they played. Those who were working behind the Iron Curtain as Unification Church member, underground member. How hard they worked and how much they became of service to bring the wall, Kremlin wall down recently.
이번에도 선생님이라고 생각해가지고 그 지하 운동에 배치했던 사람 전부 다 만나보자. 절반밖에 노출 안 시켰어. 공산당 믿을 수 없어. 아니 가나 그렇게 되는 거야.
This time, Father did not disclose all members who were working underground because Father could not completely trust Soviet. Even though Soviet really greeted Father all of their heart, Father could not completely trust them. So only 50% of the member has been disclosed and Father did it right. Father did not destroy 100%.
예? 안다고라는 지금 이런 거야.
Many
여러분
will
미국
continue
사람
to be
전
underground.
세계 통일교 사람들이 언제 통일교 저 사람이 없어진 줄 알았더니 아 이런 했구만. 그때 감탄할 걸 탐복할 거야.
And there'll be a time will come, oh, so such and such a member, I didn't see him for a long time. I always wondered what happened to him. But he was sent by Father to what country? Then he made such a contribution. Oh, now I know where he has been 10 years. This kind of things we
이거
will
볼 때 너들이 지금 다 이제 앞으로 또 등등 삼고 그런 선배들이 있고 그런 동지들이 있는 것을 자랑으로 생각하 난 너희들은 이제부터 어들은 어른이들 어들은 배치하는 데 있어서 순응할 절대로 순응할 것이 의리의 사나이들이 가야 할 길이라 하는 것을 알아야 되겠다.
If we have so many figures we put in the parentheses and who has been sent so much different the missions, and say, oh, I'm proud, you should be proud. Oh, you have more members in this parentheses, numbers, so many more numbers, who shared with you and working in such incredible missions. That is the way, the one who takes a lot of pride in doing that will be the path of the righteous person goes.
그걸 생각하라고.
We need to be a righteous person.
여러분 1975년 그때에서 양키스 때든 76년 대회라든가 전국의 순회 부흥 나를 만들어 가지고 한 사람이 필요하고 그러는데 그때 있어서의 75년 신학대학을 인상하고 미국 최고의 몰드는 사람 저를 잘라다가 신학대학을 배치하고 나머지가 이래. 그와 함께하는 걸 알고 너희들이 책임 있는 사람이 어디를 내줄 힘을 알고 그런 책임 그런 삶을 짊어지고 결단을 기할 때 이것을
Father reminds you that the one time like this time has happened in the Unified Church history, namely 1975. If you remember, some of you might remember. Do you remember what happened at the time?
Yes.
Father brought every major leader, put every single one of them into Barrytown as a student. Then the members of flabbergasted. Father, how is the Unification Church going to continue? You put everybody into the Barrytown. For 3 years, they locked up and they were only studying. Who will lead the church? Father said, don't mind that, do that. And the Father started a brand new, then they sprouted a brand new leaders. Who has been the central leader until this moment? Same thing is happening now. This is that kind of time. Father might place either one of us to any assignment which is not likely. We never dreamed we would go that kind of country. But Father might just put us in that country, in that mission. And a brand new leader will come out, who nobody knows. This is that kind of time. But we should be proud when Father tells us, you go there. Yes, Father. And we go there. And start a brand new life there. Do you understand?
Yeah.
한 150명, 한 180명 선교사를 뺄지 몰라.
The Father might just select 150 to 180 overseas missionaries from this group here, right here.
미션들이 하고 있는 전부 다 돈이 못해.
The missionaries that are working, that have been working last 10 years, 15 years, has not exactly served as a good example in many cases. Do you understand?
Yes.
미국도 지금 있는 것들이 있으면 안 돼.
And America too, the mannerism, the bad habits, the habitual person, namely we're not talking about someone else, each one of us. It's not healthy for ourselves to stay on the same position as we are now today.
그런 의미에서
Maybe.
그런 의미에서 전도하고 얼마나 이제 한국에서 전도하는 몇년 그리고 몇년 동안 책임.
How many years I have been a leader?
그 앞에 가라 앞에는 5년이면 5년, 10년이면 10년, 30, 20년이면 20년씩 가라하고 있다.
Okay, so we need to add one more. First line, parentheses. I've been a leader for 15 years, 7 years. You write the years, 7 years, put it down like that. And you pledge the number you're going to witness to now, next 40 days. And then the third parenthesis, third line, second parenthesis, you will put how many members you have witnessed to. Who's gone through.
나는 말이야. 이거 멤버 가로 하는 과표 쓰인다고 20년 가운데 10명 했다. 20년 가운데 15명 용시야 애처럼 자기 소장님 두고 말이야 이름만 쓰면 돼 그래서 이거죠.
Okay, let's give a format once more. Put your name down, which state you belong or which city you belong. Name and state and city. And then the next, how many years you've been a leader. During this time, how many members you witnessed. Both two parentheses, side by side.
사단은 20, 과거 20년, 20년에 15명 왔습니다.
Okay, maybe one parenthesis saying 20 years, okay, 20 years, 15 members. Clear enough?
야, 가로 안에 버틴다고 가로 100개에다가 20년, 그건 20년, 고리 얘기라고. 이제는 주소 두고 몇 명 가라앉는 거죠.
Okay, let's start all over again, shall we? So start all over again. Put your name, state, and city, and put the numbers of your leadership, like a 15 years leader, no parentheses. How many years?
아니, 몇 사람이 필요한지 얘기했어?
네. And parentheses right next to it say, I witnessed so many members who have been going through 21-day training. All right? So far? Then your address, and then your name, and then
First is address.
이름하고 해주셨습니까?
Address. Second is numbers. 그래서 third is 이거 20년 괄호하고 15년 이거 20년 이거 20년 힘든
Okay, here, 1, 2, 3. 1. 1 is name and address. 2, we pledge numbers. The numbers we witness. The number we pledge.
sign
The sign members in the next 40 days. That's number 2.
3
And number 3, how many years you've been leader? 20. And how many members you witnessed to in the past? 21-day training.
그 이름 안 써도 15명 해야 된다. 그 남바 안 써도 15명 남바들.
So parentheses 15, that means you have witnessed to 15 members who already became a member going through 21-day training. That's the last number of parentheses.
얼마나 얼마나 전부 다 믿음 많고 얼마나 그런 사람들은 전부 길망하는 아닙니까?
We must realize this will be a good reminder to us that how many years we block new members to come in. We, sitting in the threshold, not helping them to come into our church. We sitting there and block many members who otherwise would have come into our church. It can be a serious sin or crime, and we can reflect to that now.
알겠지?
Do you understand what Father is pointing out? Let us be very cruel in reflecting ourselves.
이걸 봐가지고
Very cruel. This will serve as a good re-education on my part. We will rededicate ourselves.
아프리카 열대지방에 살아가는 책이다. 열매 책이다. 20년 딱 해놓고 남미로 보낼 것이고 앞으로 1년 내지 2년 동안 훈련식을 가져가지고 완전히 우리가 해서 한 달에 10년씩 조사할 수 있는 것까지 받아야 되니까 완만한 시대에 지나갔다. 이렇게 사람은
So Father, the re-educating, Father would assign like a 20, 30 position in a country, and that position will be filled by one of us, and give the re-education. We become a good lecturer the next few the month's time, and re-educate all members. Africa, South America, all the world, and leading those members in that area, which is difficult. We have to go through difficulty. It's a war. Educating other members is a war, because they wouldn't listen. So we got to fight against the evil of them and then bring them into good. That's a war. We need to experience that.
거기에 가담 하나 갖다 서 빼도 괜찮아. 100개 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 100개
And also, so Father, I cannot go that mission. Need not fill out your pledge.
그 전도된 사람 가운데 전부 다 앞으로 그런 훈련시켜가지고 패스한 사람 세 개로 내버려줘.
And the newly the witness person, because of your new effort, Father will educate them, and they eventually will take as active leaders in the future Unification Church church activity.
그것만 되겠어?
Do you follow?
AFC 활동 AFC가 아프리카는 뜻이야.
AFC originally was meant to be like Africa, wasn't it?
AFC.
AFC is Africa, the abbreviation of Africa.
진짜 아프리카 아닌 거지.
And now we really go to Africa.
세계를 전국하고 진짜 큰 언론 세계 큰 기반 그다음에 서밋 프로그램 대통령을 대하시는 거라는 거라서.
But there, we will go and then come into direct level, contact in direct level, as all the professors and the science conference and the PWPA, and all the leader, political leading the group of that country, summit clubs, members, media world,
leaders, 요거 내 connect one immediately standing high. You understand? You have teaching them, training them, leading them, graduate from now.
Did you get that?
So you have to take in that training. You understand?
This is our training course going through that, as well as their training course, high levels.
그 좋아 싫어?
Do we welcome that or not?
거기에 그다음에 너 미국 거기 일본 이 집에 낳고선 전부 편견을 가가지고 말이야 나라를 움직이지 마라. 그래서 일본에서 이 모든 세계의 최고의 지성자 40명을 한 곳에서 전부 다 교육하려고 그래. 이 사람들 너들 가가지고 교육 보내가지고 전부 동주투브 세계적으로 전부 다 움직이려고 그러고 그다음에 자가용 비행기 해가지고 몇백 명 일어나서 한 거야 빵빵.
So Father would gather from there, the above 40 years of age, around that 40 years of age, the prime life, and form a kind of a task force or the sharp, the shooters, sharp force.
그래서 한국에 좀 모든 사람들이 열흘 동안 이렇게 해서 교육하는 거 알지? 그와 마찬가지로 미국도 들어가고 동경수도 할 것이고 말이야. 런던수도 할 것이고 전부 가고 싶은 사람들 어디 가고 싶은 전부 다 그것을 교육하는 거야.
We know that the Father has been bringing thousands of Korean people who come to Washington and New York, Barrytown, everywhere, and see our activities. And for the first time, they really come to understand our activities. And then going back to Korea, they now for the first time understand about us deeply. Not America is not only the group, the tour target. Like if they want to go to England, our Father will let them. Africa, Father also will let them. Wherever they go, they find the same pattern. In Japan too. And when they come to New York, we'll invite them to. Japan is now undergoing 300 million the fundraising campaign.
For educating all over the world.
For the education fund of the overall youth education fund all around the world.
이 전부 다 새로운 조직을 만드는 기금도 표만이 돼요.
And this new organization Father conceives now, Father can spend that money, education fund for this purpose. So Father already has money.
너들 갖다가 성교를 갖다가 전부 다 건드리는 게 아니야. 너들은 고생해야 되겠다.
But that doesn't mean Father will support the same money to you. No, you would have to earn your own money, but still Father can use this money to build up organization through which we can work better, faster. But Father is not going to give us the money. Well, you live off from here.
새로운 운동이 새로운 시대가 올 텐데 새로운 운동으로 대치하자는 그런 사랑한다.
So this is a new era which is coming in ahead of us. Father needs a new system, a new organization.
New system and new preparation.
Preparation. Otherwise, we cannot survive in a fast-changing world. Even we cannot survive, let alone outside people.
Taking preparation they can survive.
When we take that preparation, then we can survive. This is what Father is intending.
Otherwise, no.
Otherwise, we will be behind time. We'll be out of fashion.
어디까지 다 준비.
So Father always is prepared, and when time comes, Father will give out the plan, or make an organization, and let's go. And the Father pushes out.
선생님은 이제 세계적 단체가 수시하는 거야. 그래서 정문학에서 딴데 뭐 지금 할 필요 없어 우리 자체 가지고 얼마든지 지금 완전히 할 수 있다고. 그래서 세계적 단체 무슨 미국 정부가 문제를 써는 거 보면 그게 아니야.
Father made many dozens of organizations already worldwide.
형식이야. 몇개 나라 지금 그래서 감축 끝내는데 끝나다 되는 게 아니고 다 주겠다.
And through our own organization, we can do enough. We can do the job, Father feels. Father knows that. So please write down and can you collect it?